Hello and welcome to Political Trendy Radio, episode 9 for July. What is the date today?
22nd.
22nd, 2015. You can email me at ellindamood@gmail.com. Twitter is at ptradio666. You can like us on Facebook at Political Trendy. Look it up. Or you can friend me on Facebook if you really want to by looking at my name. My name is Elliott, and I have here.
I am the Jim. I do rants on my channel, usually half drunk. And I also do a little Metal Gate Band podcast.
I am Eric, and I am bored out of my mind right now. I'm just here for the sake of being here.
He's here for all the gay porn.
No, shut up, Elliott.
And the other person will introduce himself.
Oh, is that me?
Yeah, that's you.
All right. Hey, I'm Arnie.
He's a guy.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here.
It's basically a show where we just talk. I am back from clearing my computer of about 1 million viruses and malware. That's why the previous Political Trendy Radio didn't really work, and that's why on Monday, I think I was there for about 30 seconds, and then because I had a bunch of malware, cross-browse, storm warning, same difference, same thing. Friggin' win protect. We got rid of all that Trovy. We got rid of all that, and I'm also back. I was at beautiful Monterey, California over the weekend, taking in the races.
Is there any fire? That is what makes things beautiful.
We started fires, in campfires and such. Unfortunately, 2 riders were killed at the last race, so that was kind of a bummer. But before that, it was a very fun.
I swear you and I are going to differ because I like watching people die. Why was I not informed of people dying?
Well, I was there, so it was a bit, and it was realistic. It was real, so that wasn't very good. It was very ugly. But before that, it was quite fun. It rained. It was the first time I've ever been at a race in the rain, and apparently it snowed in Hawaii.
Hurrah.
It's the end times, man.
And
I'm happy.
Found something interesting here that I think I should share. This guy wrote, "What an open marriage taught me." And he says, "As I write this, my children are asleep in their room. The one kid is on the stereo, and the wife is out on a date with a man named someone. It's her second date this week, her 4th this month so far. If it goes like the others, she'll come home in the middle of the night, crawl into bed beside me, and tell me how she and this guy had sex. I won't explode with anger or seize with resentment. I'll tell her it's a hot story and I'm glad she had fun. It's because she's excited, and I'm glad because I am a feminist."
See, I can never do open marriage or free love. It's not for me. If you want to do it, go ahead, but I can never do something like that.
The whole thing is this is entirely one-sided. She's allowed to fuck whoever she wants, and he's left at home with the kids.
Yeah.
That sounds like bullshit to me.
It's got to go both ways, man.
Yeah. And he says he's grateful for his wife for pushing him to take this leap. Whatever happens to them in the future, he would do it all again. And when she comes home tonight and crawls into bed beside him with a hot story about her date with that guy, she'll do it all again, too.
Inside, what's happening inside his mind. It's destroying him inside.
I don't know exactly if it's destroying him. Because I think he destroyed himself a while ago by the way that reads.
Yeah, but I think
The, the whole
there's
thing
something
is,
inside.
he just wants to submit in order to prove that he is capable of having her as a wife. Just through submission, through everything. Just let her do whatever the hell she wants, and that makes him worthy.
Isn't that kind of the reverse of the traditional? Rather than like any kind of equal partnership, because of course the traditional is a woman submits, not the man submits. Yeah.
Yeah, and instead of fucking going balance 50-50 where fucking equality would be, or more or less 50-50, it's just completely lopsided the other direction in that situation.
It reminds me of the kind of relationship Eric's gonna choose because Eric can't get laid. So he's gonna choose something like that, and every time every time he's gonna go, I should really break up with it. Yeah, but I'm never gonna get another one, so I'll just deal with it.
Shut the fuck up, Elliott.
Ooh, I touched a nerve there.
See, currently I'm in a monogamous relationship. A couple of the relationships I had before I started dating my current girlfriend were swinger relationships. And that was kind of fun for a while. They get to, have sex with other women and other men, and I get to have sex with other women. It was fun.
Yeah, I mean, I tried it. It wasn't for me, but I tried it. It works for people. It doesn't work for others. But
No, it all depends upon whether you can detach the emotion from the action. I mean, whenever you're fucking, someone that you're not dating, the most emotion you should have for them is, general friendship. You shouldn't just fall in love with them the moment you poke them.
yeah, exactly.
That's where the fucking water gets muddied for a lot of people because they have difficulty separating the emotion from the act. Hence, they should not be experimenting with such shit.
No, yeah, I agree. I mean, I've done things like that, but in the end, it was just it's fun. I would do it, but I kind of wanted something a little bit more out of life than just.
So
But
my current relationship's monogamous, and it's been pretty solid. I liked it a lot. Still enjoy it.
Hey,
I said liked, hoping she was still behind me and would slap me, but she left.
Oh, I was actually gonna say I thought you and I thought you told me your secret about the sheep.
The sheep.
Yes, the sheep. Remember last 2 weeks ago? You said you were drunk, woke up with a sheep in your bed.
No. That was my friend that woke up with the sheep in his bed. I woke up with the cow.
Named Eric.
Oh, be quiet, you.
Ooh, someone's feisty today. We're gonna force him to talk so he doesn't leave. Basically.
What you need to do is put some peanut butter on your cock and then whip it out in front of a dog.
Okay. Will do. Not right now, because actually that would make for some interesting material. If anyone has any questions, comments, feel free to ask. If Arnie has Arnie wants to see our faces, but I'm too lazy to get my camera on, so sorry.
Did you guys know Bruce Jenner had a sex change?
Yeah.
That's like
son.
old news.
His son races in the Formula Off-Road Series.
I still
Bruce
think it's
Jenner.
pretty goddamn interesting.
I don't. I know
It's
people
fucking
have.
It's one of those things that just happens every fucking day anymore. I don't even fucking care.
Has he actually had the change, or is he going to have it, or what?
Well, I mean, well, hold on. There was like an award show, and he's dressed as a woman. Like I saw a video or something, but he's dressed as a woman, but he talks in a dude's voice.
Okay, so he hasn't had the operation yet. Okay. Whatever then. Yeah, he got an award for bravery or something, and I'm like, dude, who remembers Bruce Jenner? The only
I
thing I
mean,
know about him,
I don't understand how the hell you would get an award for bravery just for fucking going through this exchange operation.
he hasn't even gone
I
through it
mean, it's
yet.
not like you fucking faced a hail of bullets and shit. I mean,
For coming out, because coming out is brave or something. And,
in today's society, just think about it, how fucking the people that fucking make a huge fit about it, fucking saying death to it all are in the fucking minority. Most people are in the same camp as I am, saying I don't give a shit. Then you have this neo-yuppie trash crowd saying, oh my god, let's put him on a pedestal for doing this.
yeah, I mean, to a certain point, if you live in like a really small town in like Arkansas, okay, yeah, it's brave saying you want to be a woman or you're gay or whatever, and you should probably leave town that night because they're going to come after you. I agree,
But
but
he's fucking living off of star money
yeah,
in the fucking middle of wherever, and, it just doesn't make sense, especially with him getting all this, or her, or whatever the fuck. I don't even care which pronoun he used. But
it.
it just doesn't fucking matter. But you see, the whole damn thing is, you just get this thing, and it's like, who gives a flying fuck?
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad he's at peace with who he is, or knows, or she, or it, or he, she, or she, he. I'm glad they're at peace with who they are.
I mean,
Whatever.
maybe, perhaps in the fucking 1940s, it would be a big deal because fucking values were very different back then. But operating like everyone's still in 1940s value mode in today's world, it doesn't fly.
What's
Like
up,
I said,
maggots?
yo, like I said, if this was like a small town in dog crap Arkansas, right, and the guy had to
That
like,
started in a religious cult. You have to add that because a lot of small towns don't give a shit unless they're part of a religious cult.
I don't know, Rockdale, Texas is pretty right wing. They would care. But I'm just saying, if you're in a small town, religious cult or whatever, and you had to escape in the dead of night because you came out of who you want to be and people chase after you with blowtorches, that's brave. But yeah, if you're just Hollywood, okay, you may get some insults or you may get some people saying some nasty things about you, but I get people saying nasty things about me all the time.
I have people wishing I was dead like every day. I don't care.
I have people wishing I was dead every day. I do care because I think it's awesome.
Just wait till you've heard death threats as often as I have. I'm like pushing 40 here.
Oh, yeah.
And I have heard just so much. It's like I don't even give a shit anymore. Put up or shut up.
I remember, God, whose microphone is echoing like shit?
Was it mine?
Yes.
Probably.
Of course.
No, it's your mic.
Or it's your webcam or something. You suck and I hate you. What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, death threats. I remember the first time I got it, I was like, somebody cares enough about me. Whoa, that's really loud now. Someone cares enough about me to want me dead. Awesome.
I love the reverb effect going on now.
It's really,
It's fucking
really
with me whenever I talk, but
yes. I
Dude,
had
I
that on
can't
metal.
fucking hear anything. You guys sound good to me.
That's because it's your
how
microphone.
Should I head out or?
Turn it down.
Yeah.
Are you using headphones?
How about now?
That's better. I still hear myself.
Yeah, I can hear, but it's a lot better. I remember a Middlegate that really threw me off because someone's microphone was reverbing, and I don't know, it was either Scott's or yours, or because you were the only constant, and I was trying to talk, and I remember the hearing the voice just threw me off. Just like
It's
that's
just
why I
better
thought-
to use a headset on these things so that we don't
Yep.
get the fucking reverb going.
Yep, that's what I do. Ain't I smart? He's like, no. Fuck no. He ain't smart. Eric,
What?
Join the conversation.
Hold up.
Who is it who called Axl Rose a douchebag?
Corey
Me.
Taylor, Slipknot.
So a douchebag called him a douchebag.
Haha.
It's sad when even Corey Taylor can't stand you. I mean, Slipknot sucks.
There's
Yeah.
an article here from 29th of September last year saying that in Germany, sex between brothers and sisters should be legal. And that's the government's ethics council talking.
So that's how Hitler was born.
Yeah. That scares me.
Well, they're the German horse porn guys, so yeah.
The council spoke of right of adult siblings to sexual self-determination, said this was more important than the abstract idea of protection of the family.
Are we doing like reverse eugenics now? Now we're just gonna let a bunch of people breed a bunch of retards or something? It's reverse eugenics?
Yeah, you know, you fucking breed. You have a 90% chance of having a bichromal-eyed fucking retard with webbed feet, toes, 11 of each, you know, just fucking being a ward of his state because they're too fucking dumb.
But
For
as
that
smart as Eric.
10%, for that 10% chance of actually lucking out and getting a fucking genius. Because inbreeding can work either way, but it is so lopsided that 90% of the time you're going to get a fucking retard.
You'll either get a genius or someone who looks like Stephen Hawking without all that cumbersome intelligence.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that great Stephen Hawking look, though.
Yeah, they'll have it along with the Vox, and their thing will be like, I want Twinkies. I want Twinkies. You know, instead of spewing out anything intelligent about, you know, fucking mathematics and fucking astrophysics, nah, fuck that. They just want Twinkies.
Yeah, but there's a problem here. I want Twinkies.
Okay.
I tried smoking a Twinkie once. It wasn't good.
Twinkies are good, although they've gotten smaller over the years. Fucking Hostess. Yeah, well, I'm fat enough already, but you know, us fatties, we like our snacks big.
I bet you do.
Shut up, Noah. Shut up, Eric.
And yet another teacher gets fired after a group of students finds her porn alias online.
What?
Yeah, well, you know, teachers making money on the side shooting porn.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
She lost her job over it.
There was an attractive teacher.
I guess you.
Yes, Elliott.
When you were in high school, could you think of any attractive teachers?
Not off the top of my head, but there are some.
I mean, there was one, but I hated her. She was a history teacher, and she didn't know anything. I mean, Sabrina was hot, but she was at elementary
There was
school.
a math teacher that I didn't have, but that a lot of my friends had, and they loved her. I can't remember her name off the top
I was
of my
going to say which one. I know. I mean, Sabrina was hot, but she was elementary school. She was TA.
See, back in
Go ahead.
back in 5th grade, whenever I fucking just started having those puberty hormones starting to flood, I had a huge crush on my 5th grade teacher. I purposely refused to do my homework for an entire month just so she would spank me.
What?
I love it when you're here. You always tell the best stories.
I lived a life. I really fucked up one.
No
I
one
lived
else
one.
has, though. No one else here has, though. That's the problem.
You're young yet. Most you're like, what, in your teens, 20s? Fucking I'm pushing 40 here. I've lived several different lives.
Well, I'm probably the closest one, and I stopped after my friend died. That was kind of my gateway, and after that, it was just kind of like, you know, if I keep doing this, I'm going to be dead by the age of 19, and I was 17 by then, so I was just kind of like, I think I need to stop for at least a while. Of course, redo it, you know, not back away from it, but just kind of, I kind of want to live at least longer than Jesus.
All right, who's playing with a delay pedal?
That's Arnie. He's not saying anything.
you
Well,
kick
I don't
that
know what to
cunt?
say, man. I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
Well, yeah, you can't hear it because it's your thing.
Can you kick that cunt?
I don't know how to kick anyone. Besides,
All right, what about now?
that's better.
What about now?
Because
That's
I had to plug in the headphones or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah,
headphones.
that's what you should keep in, the headphones. That's the good idea.
Well, if I'm doing like other fucking activities and stuff, I mean, I want.
Arnie,
If you're doing other
Whatever.
activities, put the headphones down and you come back and jump in the conversation later.
and then
You
say
know,
something
just
completely
don't
random.
unplug them.
And say something completely random. Just jump into the conversation. I like cheese, and we're talking about something ultra serious.
So let's start like a new topic, like just completely, random.
A nude topic.
New.
A
I
nude
was already talking about the nude topic, fucking teacher and porn.
Yeah.
Is that not fucking nude?
All right,
Oh,
well,
wait,
let's
Elliot,
fucking
But-
switch topic.
They
there's
look
a
like
rumor
bee
going
cups.
around that one of the teachers at Grant was in porn.
Eric, what?
That one of the teachers back at Grant was in porn, and that every time she was missing from class is because she had to get one of her tattoos removed.
Which one was that?
Fontilea or something. I can't remember her name.
I can't picture her doing that. I know who you're talking about.
But that's the rumor, that she was secretly a porn star on the side.
Yeah. Do you actually believe everything he? Yeah.
Actually,
Here's a fun
Actually,
one.
wait, Eric, what? Come on, defend yourself.
Oh, shut up, Elliot.
Defend yourself. Go.
Defend myself from what?
You said actually. Actually, what? Say it.
I forgot what I was about to say.
Complete moron.
No, you are, Elliot. We all know you are.
There was also rumor that one of my PE teachers was a drunk. So,
Oh,
although
yeah.
that's
He would always drink
Yeah.
this.
yeah. So I don't know what to believe. Anyway, Jim, what were you saying? Sorry, I just had to put the little baby on the spot here.
A sexual assault policy currently in force at a Georgia public college appears to say the physically disabled are unable to consent to sex. This would include you, Elliot.
Well, I think they mean more like people in wheelchairs and crap. Although I know that's not true. Jesus, I knew one person, Eric, not who you're thinking of, who was in wheelchair. He was a sex maniac, and I kept asking, how do you? Because he was paralyzed. I was like, how do you feel it? And he's like, oh, you do.
The actual quote from the policy is, in addition, persons under the age of 16 and persons who have a physical and or mental impairment are unable to give consent.
Now, is being blind physical? Because it's more motor.
That would be considered physical.
Well,
Because it
I'm
physically affects your eyes being unable to work.
Well, I'm glad I'm not in Georgia then. Jesus. I'd hate to get charged for, you raped him. Wait, yeah, you're unable to... Now, mental, I can understand.
You wouldn't be charged. Anyone that fucked you would be charged.
No, I know. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
I've just driven 300 miles back and woken up at 7 a.m. Give me a break. I'm firing on maybe 2 cylinders here. I'm
Yeah,
doing
it
the best I
says
can.
that this would include anyone confined to a wheelchair or deaf. So, if the deaf are included, because it's a similar impairment as to what blindness is.
Can't you just sign? Do you wanna fuck? Yes. Yes.
They actually have an app out now that lets you fucking have a backup record written for every single step, every single article of clothing removed, consenting to every single step of the way. Would you like it if I removed your shirt? Yes, please sign here. Would you like it if I removed your bra? Yes, please sign here. Would you like it if I removed my shirt? Yes, please sign here.
No, please keep your shirt on. Oh, for fuck's sake. That is complete. That is insanity. Unless it was
And the
on the
war, and
Onion.
you want
Please
to
tell me
know
this was on the Onion.
no, this is not the Onion. Legitimate news source. This is
Oh, fuck me. No,
and the fucking app I'm talking about, that's also not a satire site. That is actually 100% legit. It was pushed in California universities, except there's backlash stating that it still doesn't mean that rape didn't happen, even though you signed for every single step of the way.
I'm gonna go jump out a window right now, okay? See ya. I'm depressed now.
This is the cost of political correctness.
Oh,
Go on it. Go on, Elliot. Jump out the window.
I will. I can't take life anymore. Sorry, Jim.
Goodbye, Elliot.
Well, be sure to
You
turn
emo
the camera
faggot.
on so you get to see the blood fly.
You emo
Yeah,
It'll
right?
drive the ratings up.
Host kills self on show. Ratings jump up after death. Because of death, I mean. Fuck. I'm tired. I can't think no more.
Oh, there was a fucking movie clip I saw just last night. It was from I think it was called Suicide Club. It's a Japanese movie where like a bunch of like high school or college kids, I don't know which age they were. I only saw a clip, but they all said, "Hey, let's commit suicide. That sounds like a jolly good idea." And like one of the scenes in it, they had like they had this huge line of like 50 kids standing up at the subway, you know, and they're just waiting for the fucking train to come. And just 5 seconds before it shows up, they all take the step and get crushed by the train.
Eric,
What?
do it.
Do what?
Do it, Eric. Do it, Eric.
Join the Suicide Club.
Eric, go join the pack with your little HHN friends and every single person at Grant that I didn't like, and do it.
Okay.
What if he actually did it? Film it, Eric. Film your suicide.
Yeah, be sure to film it. It would make great snuff.
Oh, it would. It would make great for PTR. You know who's not here? Who I'm actually surprised isn't here, but I'm kind of a little bit thankful.
Who?
Mr. or Miss. I have a YouTube channel. It's blah 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 blah.
Oh, Miss plugs everything.
Yes. Good thing they're not here. Jesus fucking Christ. I've about had enough of that. They're plugging, to say the truth. I mean, even my family thinks he's annoying. And they don't even know who he is. They just heard me talking about him.
Ghost Hunter Amy Bruni made a Ouija board Happy Meal parody. You know, just it was a joke, and then it led to her being attacked and giving death threats to her.
By ghost hunt people?
Ouija boards are not toys and should not be marketed to kids. It's a portal to hell, literally. Don't mess with it unless you want
Fuck
uninvited
me.
dark spirits invading your home and possessing your things and or family. And keep in mind that people didn't get this was a satire or a parody or whatever, so they were also sending shit to McDonald's, threatening them.
Ugh.
Oh, you're so excited to give children satanic Ouija boards. That Finnish America just lovingly keeps giving over its ways and its children over to Satan.
Satan?
Seriously, is this a joke? What you try to kids to turn into gothic or demon cult, are McDonald's that stupid?
Eric, what did you mention me in a comment of? Eric?
Eric left.
Fuck. I hate it when he does that. You know what? He's not coming back on. If he's going to leave as soon as I want to ask him a question, then he's not coming back on. Fuck him. I hate him. He's dead to me now.
That sounds like a plan.
But about the Ouija, I remember. I was on a group. I'm not going to disclose the name of the group because you'll all laugh at me. But it was let's just say a dating group. Okay? A Facebook dating group because I was desperate, bored. And they were talking about Ouija boards and ghosts. And of course, I chime in with, I don't think ghosts exist, and Ouija boards are made by a division of Hasbro. Okay? Hasbro. And they chime in with, no, Ouija boards, because most of them were ultra religious, which is why I left the group. Ouija boards are real. In fact, I was volunteering for a church fucking orphan shelter, and they gave us a Ouija board, and I was scared of it. I wouldn't even touch it. I wanted to throw it out. But I couldn't touch it. I was just like,
that sounds completely idiotic. How do you know it's demonic if you never touched it?
This is why because it's a Ouija board. Because it's a Ouija board. You have to know it's demonic because it says Ouija on it.
You see, back when I was in college, me and a couple of my college buddies, there were about 5, 6 of us. We were playing the Ouija board. We put the Ouija board over one person that literally wanted to be possessed by whoever we summoned. It was a good time. We were really drunk. Hello?
Sorry, I was, he tagged me in a thing about Coven Jinx Dawson. So.
Okay, everything just went dead. No one said anything, and I thought everything died because I wasn't looking at the damn screen.
No, I'm sorry. I was reading, he tagged me in a photo by Jinx Dawson. Jinx Dawson. I heard what you say. I heard what you're saying. I was just looking after you finished. I mean, at first Ouija boards were harmless parlor games. It was just harmless fun until the ultra religious people got into it. And
I wouldn't say necessarily parlor games. It eventually became parlor games, but before it was actually seen as a means to communicate with dearly departed, to get vital information. Pass on that final bit of wisdom before they moved to the great beyond and shit. It would actually had religious purpose. It wasn't until probably about the time of what's his name, the famous escape artist, Harry Houdini, that some of this shit started getting exposed as being parlor tricks, because he was really big against fucking the occult and disproving mediums and shit.
I guess Ouija boards though weren't actually thought of as like the devil. They were just a parlor game until you had.
They weren't necessarily thought of as the devil by most of the masses, even though the church had taken the stance that this was symbolism because, doing this is against the Lord. But most people, just didn't care and actually believed that it was connecting them to the spirit world.
But now you have actual people who are scared of Ouija boards.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have actual people who are scared of Ouija boards because their little, their pastor, when they weren't raping their kids or whatever, told them that it was evil. And but anyway, I don't know what were we talking about Ouija board. Oh yeah, why were we talking? I kind of forgot why we were talking about Ouija. I need caffeine.
Get caffeine. I'll wait for 5 seconds and start rambling about something.
That would mean standing up, though.
I'll go ahead, stand up, and get your damn fucking caffeine. I got caffeine just before the show started, so I'm good. I'll read some more tweets.
I had Taco Bell just before the show started. So suck it!
McDonald's, please tell me it's not true that you're going to issue Happy Meal boxes with Ouija boards on the side of them. Ouija boards are a gateway to evil and death. I have seen this firsthand in my own life. I personally will be finished with McDonald's forever, as will millions of others. And we will lead a massive boycott with an E. I don't know why they added the E. Of all McDonald's. Please tell me this is just another bad rumor. And a response from this was, hey guys, hey, hi, this is a joke. Sarcasm, satire, hence the winky face, and the clear ridiculousness of there being a Ouija board on a Happy Meal. And even crazier than that, I would ever eat at McDonald's. The person who posted it would never eat at McDonald's, in other words.
Jesus.
You know, like, because she's into dieting and shit, she just made a fucking parody. That's all she did.
Jesus. And I don't even like. I mean, ghost hunters are stupid anyway. Ah.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? That's all you hear in this shit.
No, my
At least
favorite.
the drunken rednecks fucking hunting a fucking Bigfoot are interesting. Because they come up with some really cockamamie traps and shit. And they end up trespassing.
My favorite ghost hunting thing is, okay, listen. Wait, did you hear? It just said you were all dead men. Listen. It doesn't sound like anything, but apparently it sounds like you were all dead men to them. I love it. Or I remember one. I think I told you about this, or told somebody about this, where it was like they were in an old abandoned prison and they had to stay for one night with Gary Busey. And the scariest thing in that prison was Gary Busey.
Bing, 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 bing.
I don't know. Sargon mentioned this earlier, and I think I mentioned this on the show. But I'm going to mention it again because I can. People are mutilating themselves because they don't feel like they belong to their arm.
The people purposely turning themselves into cripples because they believe that they should be disabled.
Because they never felt like their arm was part of their body. And people are trying to become blind. I was like, while being blind is not the utter horror show that other people make it out to be, if you could see, I think you should stick with seeing. I mean, I'd rather see than be blind. I mean,
It
I'm not
opens up
saying
a few more options in your life, trust me.
Mm-hmm.
My whole... Go ahead.
No, go ahead first.
Well, my whole thing with it is I could make some money off of this. If they want to be fucking crippled, I can make them crippled. I would enjoy making them crippled. Just ship $500 to the cult of Jim, and I will help make you achieve your disability.
Sounds like a plan.
The cost of painkillers and finding the painkillers is all on you, though, but,
Sounds like a plan. I think that would be a good way to make. But I'm just like, while being blind is not terrible. By any means, it's not like, oh, I'm blind, my life is over. You should probably stick with being sighted. I mean, I'd rather be sighted than blind. Although now I wouldn't choose to be sighted rather than blind, because I've lived my whole life being blind and I have to start all over. But I'm just saying...
Recognizing minor shapes and shit, that would probably fuck with you for the first fucking 6 months. It'd be like fucking eating acid, yet you'd be completely sober. You would not know what the fuck to do because it's new information you never had before.
One guy actually had mine can't be cured, but he had a curable disease. And he actually got his sight back through some camera, and he actually hated it. He said everything was like all weird, and he couldn't remember anything or anything was, and it was just. And I completely agree. If you're so used to something, then you've lived your whole life by it. But of course, would I rather be born blind or sighted? Well, sighted, obviously. But as of now, I'm kind of stuck with the blind thing, so I might as well, embrace it. But yeah, people who want to be. One guy carefully sawed his arm off, rehearsed it, practiced it, and everything else. And I'm just like, what you need, my friend, is mental help. Not a chainsaw, a straitjacket.
No, I'm just looking at what the fuck is it? Noah's fucking picture there. It reminds me of a story someone told me about the fucking black metal scene off in I forget which country, where this one guy put on this art show called "Stop Me from Killing Myself," and he started carving himself up on a couch and fucking killed himself in front of a group of people, and no one did a damn thing to stop him.
That was Frost, I think. Which is weird that he did that, because I know he appeared on Norwegian fashion shows. So it's just weird that he would do that. I always thought he was a sellout, but apparently he's not. What was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. Something. I was gonna say something that was gonna be interesting and important. But now you don't get to hear it because I forgot.
That's fine. I'll find something else that's completely mundane and unimportant.
We have two other people on this thing, and they're not saying a damn word.
I know.
I'm just fucking listening. I don't know what to.
Say something. Jesus. Come up with a topic. Look on the... You know what? Post this link on Opinions Are Dildos.
I'm not in that group anymore, dude. I got the boot.
Well, you wanted to be admin, and that didn't work out, but that's...
Yeah, and I know it didn't work out. I tried to get admin in that fucking group for like months.
I've seen your trollishness, dude.
I don't care. Since we're like live or whatever, I reported a bunch of pictures in that group, and like.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah, dude. Like a bunch of the admins got like 7-day bans or.
Yeah, I was in that group, and I was lucky to escape a ban. I was an admin for a while.
I mean, this was like 2 days ago. And they found out it was me, and then I got the boot.
I thought you were talking about the one that happened in early May, when they destroyed that group and created another one. I guess Charles went a bit apeshit.
I had nothing to do with that, but.
Ah, damn. I remember that group, and I remember my UMO was going to take on the other UMO, and then they all left me. And I was like, oh, thanks, guys. I asked Graham to join, and he's not joining, so.
Fuck Graham.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
He's in a cool band, at least. Mason
Yeah,
usually joins.
Okay, here's one from a site called Queerty.
Oh, I know that one. Yeah.
Yep. Free of agenda except for the gay ones, their tagline. And the headline of this article reads, Drag queens officially banned from gay pride event for being offensive.
What?
Yeah, I know. The first thing you think of when you think of gay pride is the fucking cross dressers, but no, they're trying to ban them in this Glasgow one. It tries billing itself as the anti-commercialist one, and they're just gonna ban them.
Odd. Sorry, sorry. I usually turn my microphone off when other people talk and then turn it back on. I was like, oh, I forgot to turn it back on. So drag queens are banned from. Okay, that makes sense. Not.
Yeah, no, it makes no sense because that's like part of the whole damn thing. Usually they're fucking gay. Once in a while they're not, but usually they are.
Unless they're Ed Wood. Because Ed Wood didn't, he wasn't. But yeah, most of them are. Odd. Okay.
And it's like that one identifiable symbol, seeing that guy in a fucking all dressed up and with fucking makeup. Huge beard with the fucking makeup and eyelashes and everything,
Looking like Eric.
It's like a jolly good time,
Yeah. He's having, yeah, right, but odd. Very odd.
This is because it makes people that are fucking transgendered uncomfortable or some bullshit.
But you
go down in the comments at some of this shit, and there's like fucking people that are in the process of transitioning, saying, "What the fuck? Why?" And then you have fucking straight people saying, "I'm glad this is being banned." So it's like, the people that you're trying not to offend are saying, "What the fuck?" Meanwhile, the people that aren't even part of the fucking aren't gay, aren't lesbian, they're the ones saying, "Oh my god, thank you for banning this."
Yeah,
It'll be less offensive.
I'll say one of the things that drew me away from whatever the extreme wave of feminism is being called is I always thought that feminism was about mutual respect. So but what drew me away is a lot of the well, if all men could leave, that would be great, or oh, men aren't allowed in here, and I'm like, but dude, we're trying to help here. We're not, but the minute you start excluding men, it becomes less about mutual respect and more about something else.
Well, the fucking men's right movement has its own problems here and there, especially it being kind of fledgling. It's only about a couple decades old, actually. But the whole damn thing is they tried to have fucking conferences talking about male suicide, and you had yourself a bunch of feminists throwing fire alarms trying to get the fucking talks banned because how dare they talk about men and men's problems.
Well, I have my own problems with the men's rights movement, mainly because I've come across some of the people and they are a bit creepy sometimes. But whatever, people are doing.
I mean, you got your fucking whack jobs in the movement. I've seen my share of them. Then you also got your fucking more logical ones that are actually decent and interesting debate, or sometimes just taking the information. It's like, I never thought about it like that.
Same thing with every movement, but I
it's just that it seems the most vocal, the feminists these days are the whack jobs.
Meanwhile, my friends who call themselves feminists decry these other feminists. I love it because they're like, that's not feminism. That's just being, bigoted.
Exactly.
So you even have, because I have friends who call themselves feminists or whatever, but Sargon called them capitalist feminists. Would you stop doing that?
You're gonna get muted.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna get banned. You're gonna get banned, motherfucker. Wait, who is that who's doing it anyway?
Barney.
That would be me.
Oh, Arnold, stop it. Stop.
I am Jesus.
That was you?
Alright, continue, sorry.
That was you? Who did that fake thing? You're Badu, whoever that is? There was a guy I think it's him. There was a guy who went onto my very early hangout. This is before I ever was on Metal Gate, and who claimed he was from Turkey, and who, I am Jesus. And I'm starting to think it's Arnie now.
No.
No. You weren't Badu, whoever it is?
No, hey, do you remember, I don't know if I had you added, but I had an account at one point named, Dick Buttholes.
Yeah, I think so. I think I've seen you. How mature. My other account was Azathoth Nyarlathotep.
Yeah, I think Dick Buttholes crushes that name. Pal.
No, because mine is Lovecraftian and yours is just... Well, yours was funny when I was about 14, 12. Take that, bitch!
Yeah, I don't have a good response.
Your good response is, man, that Elliott is awesome. I think I want to worship him.
No, worship me. I am the only god worth worshiping here.
So like, how often do you guys do these fucking podcast deals?
Usually Monday and Friday, but because my computer had a kind of crap load of viruses Monday, and I was in Monterey. We're doing it tonight, and I haven't decided if we're going to do a Friday one yet or if that's just too soon. But then again, we do a day one, so.
Well, who is it? Just you guys, or I mean, is there other people that come on here?
Anyone can join. Anyone can join. Who have we had in the past?
Bunch of random people from the ones I've been on.
Bishop, Andrew Bishop, Mason's been on here, Anarcha, guy named Justin, Eric, you. Yeah. We've had a bunch of people. Anyone could be on this show. Very few professionals. Oh, Scott, of course. Very few professionals, though.
Has Charlie Boy ever been on here?
Who?
Charlie?
No, I can't get him on here. If you can,
God, dude's a douche.
I want him on here. Hey, he pissed off the guy from Cattle Decapitation. I like him.
What, Travis?
Travis Ryan, or whatever his name is.
That's a
He blocked
doggo.
me. He blocked me. Travis did. You know who else is the guy from ACXDC because I made fun of vegans?
It's Antichrist Demonicor.
It's Antichrist Vegan Core apparently now.
Whatever. Yeah.
No, I know what it means. I'm just saying that he's all vegan, and I made fun of vegans, and he unfriended me like a little bitch.
Who, Travis? Ryan guy from Cattle Decap?
Decapitation. Yeah.
Have you guys heard the new one or whatever? Is that out?
I don't listen to Cattle Decapitation. I have better things to do, like chop my head off. I know.
I mean, old cat, like the I don't know, old Cattle Decapitation.
Decapitation.
Yeah, okay, old, but now they're just a wank fest.
I know, it's really, I don't like the whole technical shit.
I mean, Suffocation does the tech stuff good.
Old Suffocation is good. I'm not super into anything after what's the one the blue cover?
I wouldn't know. 'Cause
Uh,
I'm blind. I like
Effigy.
Suffocate, even the new stuff, but they're technical in a way that they don't. It's still music. You can still listen to it and have fun. They're not a wank fest where you have to put on your, smart face and I love the tempo changes at 6:46 and 7:48. Ooh, give me an erection. Oh, you do that so well. You tempo change so well. Oh, your pitch harmonics are just fantastic.
can you guys get into any Doom stuff?
What?
Doom metal?
We like Doom. I like Doom.
Red.
Sleep, Solitude, Eternus. Other bands.
Hey, Elliot,
What?
what do you think of Anal Nethrak?
They're good. Mick Kenny's nice. He's friendly and they're pretty good. They did a Peel session. Yeah, they're pretty good. What do you think of Coven? And by the way, if you don't know who Coven is, just say they're awesome and they're the best band in the world.
Okay.
Who's stirring up the heroin in the background there?
I'm waiting for somebody to say Arnie, because I'm the one who's getting blamed for all the fucking noise and stuff.
Oh, he said that like he took it so personally. It's not fucking fair, man.
I'm standing up for my rights, that's all.
I'm a rebel. I'm being repressed. I think Jim's planning to kill us all.
No, I was just lost in deep thought for a moment, then I lost it.
Oh, that always sucks.
No, I was just remembering a bunch of different highs, I guess. I don't know. It happens from time to time. Crack your back the right way, and all of a sudden it all comes back to you.
It's Thursday.
No, it's not.
Well, because you're, on the other side of the country. It's Thursday here, pal.
Where the hell are you from, anyway?
Vagina.
Oh. Interesting. Yeah, it's still Wednesday here. Welcome to Political Trendy Radio. Political Train Wreck Radio, I guess we should call it.
I haven't heard a whole lot about the politics and stuff. Why don't you name it bullshit talk?
Okay.
Or just
for the 998,000th time, Political Trendy is a song. It is a song by a punk rock band called Shocking Grasp from Flint, Michigan. If,
All
you
right.
can come up, if anyone can come up with a better name, I will change the name of the podcast as soon as someone can come up with a better name. Until they don't,
Sodomized goat monkeys.
okay, a better name.
AIDS in the veins.
No, like a catchy fucking radio show name, you dick.
Strung
Elliott's
out.
Elliott's radio show.
That's a horrible name. I thought of that. would-
Strung out and murderous.
That's not bad, actually. I thought about just calling it the Ellindamood show. I thought, no, that's awful. My name's
Lindamood Live.
Wow, Lindamood Live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ellindamood show. I'm Ellindamood Live, loud and ready. It doesn't work. Welcome to the Elliott Lindamood show. I'm Elliott Lindamood Live, loud and lively.
Okay, here's something fun. Ashley Madison, with the tagline, "Life's short, have an affair," is an online site that facilitates cheating among 37 million users. They were recently hacked by a group named the Impact Team, who fucking posted a bunch of their sensitive data online and is taking some sort of fucking huge fucking moral stance saying we don't condone cheating and all this shit. You dissect it a little bit, it's just the fact that the site had really shitty protocols for deleting people.
While I don't condone cheating, I mean, if you want to do free love or whatever, that's fine as long as both sides know what you're doing. But if it's not a free love relationship, yeah, you probably shouldn't be scoring on the side. But whatever, if you want to do it, that's once again not my business. I know people who are cheating, on their girlfriends or boyfriends, and what am I supposed to do? It's just whatever. You're gonna
Well-
get caught anyway.
So can you guys turn your the cameras on? I want to see what you guys are look like.
I don't have a camera hooked up.
And I'm not getting up from this bed.
All right. Well,
I'll do it later, maybe in half an hour.
so how long do these things usually go for? These Elliott Lindamood Live at 12:22 in the morning.
As long as we bloody well please. But if we don't get any guests, I don't know. Can I stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning with no sleep? You ask? Maybe.
They also apparently hacked a site called Established Men, which caters to the fucking guys that have bankrolls. And Cougar
Okay, that's
Life.
the site that needs to be hacked.
Spread the wealth.
Give me all your money, you dick.
And then also Cougar Life. For the older ladies seeking the younger guys.
You mean my life? I got
Yeah.
nothing against cougars. I like older women personally. Nobody else knows, but yeah, I got nothing against older women. I like older women personally. So, I just like it how whenever a old man gets a young woman, it's they may oh you cad, but it's generally tolerated. But when a younger man gets an older woman, it's scandal.
You see, since you have all these fucking virus problems, maybe you should do what this San Francisco firm is doing and hire a Wiccan witch to protect your computer from viruses.
Elliott.
Dawson? Okay. Jinx Dawson? We would just set up a restore point that seemed to erase it, and we went and installed a different antivirus program and malware, but I know a Wiccan. I can hire her to what do you want? You call my name. What do you want?
Well, if you don't want a virus on your computer, don't go to sketchy websites.
Okay, It was when I updated Flash. I'm tired of telling people this. I didn't do nothing. And I didn't want to update Flash. I kept on putting it off and it updated by itself. I didn't do that. It did it by itself. If you have a problem with that, then go choke on a dildo, you dildo.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to fucking hurt my feelings so much.
I'm tired. Shut up.
Bag it.
Yeah, this firm hired Reverend Joey Talley, a Wiccan witch from the San Francisco Bay Area, who claims to solve supernatural issues for techies.
Why can't I get laid? Oh. What the fuck?
That's what you need the fucking Ouija board on the Happy Meal for. That way you'll get that answer.
Call back. Call back. When are we gonna do a record? Well, I guess I can't really ask because you're not here. Bishop's not here, but we're gonna do record reviews soon. Live record
Yee.
reviews. Like Mystery Science Theater, but instead of movies, it's gonna be albums.
The trick is you got to make certain people involved have their headsets on. And they're not set so high that everything gets caught on the damn microphone. Therefore, you don't get zapped for copyright left and right.
Well, yeah, it's just gonna be me and Bishop. And if we are zapped for copyright, we will take the audio of the video and upload it privately. He has his own server, so we're all good. See, we're basically who's chewing gum? What the fuck?
Me.
Oh, hey, it's not Arnie for the okay. See, Arnie, we're not always blaming you. Oh, I think he just went over to cry. I keep guessing Arnie's about 15.
That might not be too far from the truth. Because, I don't know, it just seems like lack of maturity there.
He
Either that or he's completely stoned.
No, Charles had a very good reason for not making him admin. Basically that he can't be trusted. I mean, he's nice and everything, but he's too much of a troll for his own good. I wouldn't make him administrator of my group. And I make everyone how many, I don't even know how many admins I have on that UMO group. I think about 12, and they're all my friends. I was just like, anyone who's my friend gets to be an admin.
Gigi Allen hologram to throw feces at Coachella 2016. They're making a Gigi Allen holograph.
Hologram. It's a shame that's
Yeah.
fake, though.
Yeah, that's satire site. That'd be awesome if it was real, though. I'd go.
Nah, I'll go and I'll perform myself and I'll. Gotta hate Coachella. Okay, let's see notifications. Let's see if I get anything good. Let's see if anyone's gonna like my show and then Naughty actually. Oh, by the way, hello to Chris who's listening in, who's too chicken to actually be here in person. So fuck him. He's like this 12-year-old. Very bad troll. No, fucking. I'm gonna tell Eric to get back on just because I like bullying him. It's fun.
We get to play with knives.
Okay, I'm gonna have to ask him. Fucking Eric. Playing with knives is fun. Wiggy. Oh, I saw your Satan love poems. I like that.
That's good shit.
Posting the link again.
Woman attacks boyfriend after he refuses sex.
Nice.
And she looks like her teeth would fucking bite you in half.
Isn't that the best kind of sex?
I think she's into meth.
Well, yeah, I've dated like people like that. They're scary people.
Oh
least the
yeah,
ones I
especially when they with a fucking leg from a fucking table just to try to get more money so they can support their habit.
Pretty much. Eric said he'll be back in a bit. He's having his late night dinner. I had my dinner before the show. You should try to be more,
Hey, Elliott.
aware and sharp. What?
What is your favorite Primus song?
I don't really like Primus, honestly. I mean, they're okay, but eh. I only had that one album.
Pork soda, bitch.
I only had the Jerry Was a Race Car Driver one. I mean, they were good. They were good when I was little, and maybe I still like them. But I was never really into that kind of weird, kind of artsy, fartsy music. I always liked the guitarist other band Possessed. But Primus is good, I guess. I used to have Les Claypool's solo album, which was really weird and funny and odd. What's your favorite Behemoth album?
Mine?
Yeah.
Second one.
Mine is from the Pagan Vastlands demo. That's the first black metal Behemoth I ever heard, and I was like, wow, this is great. Because the death stuff is good.
Wait. What band were you talking about again?
Behemoth.
Behemoth?
Yes.
Oh, those guys? Okay.
What do you think I was talking about?
Actually, oh yeah, these guys, yeah.
What band do you think I was talking about?
Well, I just forgot.
Yeah, their death stuff is good, but it's too polished and, too, okay, you can play really fast, big deal. But their black metal stuff's really good. Ah, god damn it. I think I just got ear aids. Is that normal, ear aids?
I just listen to some meat men, it'll go away.
Yeah, you posted the War of the Superbikes, so I was like, hey, I know that.
Well, there's a bunch of... I fucking loved the Meatmen back in the day. I haven't really kept up with them, though.
I don't know. I only have the first couple EPs and stuff.
I used to have before fucking homelessness destroyed it all. Like, fucking everything up till... fucking... Oh, fuck, I forget the actual chronology now. It's been so long.
What is your favorite Cataclysm record?
I don't actually know them. I know a couple songs, but I don't. I've been too busy downloading Slam records. I've been too busy. Yep. Too busy getting Slam and punk rock bands.
Have you downloaded any Porno Grind albums?
Not since Darren Palmer's Anal Bush album. Which wasn't really grindcore, actually, because he wouldn't do any blast beats. I was like, it's not grindcore if you don't do blast beats, Darren. And
Is that the style of music where they have that vocal style that sounds like Cookie Monster just smoked a shit ton of PCP, ate a bunch of acid, then he started fucking giving himself a cookie dough enema as he's slowly drowning in a vat of fucking cream filling?
I think that's more Slam Death, but yeah, Porno Grinds is kind of like that. A lot more heavy processed and a lot more. Well, it kind of misses the point of grindcore if you ask me, but whatever.
Porno Grind also has a bunch of keyboard sounds.
Yeah, it's not really what I'm looking for if I'm looking for grindcore. But if I'm just looking for stupid fun music, then fine. But yeah, if I'm looking for grind, I'm not looking for. It's not the lyrical theme. It's the music. I mean, it's just it's not really what I want. I don't like that ultra drum machiney kind of gurgly grindcore. I like the more punk rock version. But that stuff for slam could be really good. I understand slam porno grind can cross over. But yeah, it's not my thing. But I like slam. Darren did the best cover of the Ramones. But like he does like a voice distorter, so it was or one of those pitch shifters, so it was all low.
Yeah.
See, that raw sewage kind of voice is just way too fucking hysterical for me to take fucking serious.
See if you can do it without a voice pitch shifter, that's awesome. I love it. I love bands like that.
Fuck, what the hell is the name of the band? Their album was conceived in sewage. I like that album. Devourment, that's it. I like that album. That's in my car right
the
now.
album I like the least of them. Check out Molesting the Decapitated. It's way better.
I just like the way they mixed it up between fucking traditional death style lyrics and then that fucking raw sewage thing. And the technique actually kind of grooved with me a bit better.
Yeah,
I've listened to some of their other shit too. Whenever that album was introduced to me, and I was like, it's cool, but that one album really stuck out for me.
I can understand what you're saying. A lot of my friends feel the same way. A lot of my friends don't understand why I love slam so much. I just love it because it's so metal. It's so evil and brutal. Well, not evil. It's not evil. There's nothing evil, but it's so brutal. Even metalheads can't stand it. I love it. I love that metalheads. I mean,
Are you sure it's the fact that it's too brutal, or is it more of it's not constructed in a way that would make fluid sense?
Some of it is actually constructed, but a lot of it is the vocals. A lot of people can't. I mean, I know you can take the vocals. You just don't really care for them or whatever. But I know a lot of people can't take the vocals. I know people who are like into like death metal, and I play some Artery Eruption, and they're like, I heard there's vocals are just too brutal, and I'm just like, dude, you're like Mr. Death Metal though. But so yeah, even slam bands, even metal heads don't like slam.
Well, if the vocals match the fucking music and work well, and mesh with it as a complete work to have something going, then yeah. But if they conflict too much, then I'm not going to be able to fucking get into it.
Yeah, like Carcass.
They're playing they're playing something closer to like I guess you'd say deathcore or something with their shit, and they're doing that kind of vocal style. It's like doesn't really.
I'm actually thinking about making a porno grind band.
See, I can take some of that, like slam deathcore, but in very small doses. What was I gonna fucking say? The thing about just slam death for me is, I don't know, it weirdly appeals to me. But like I said, if you can do those vocals without effects, like the guy from Human Mincer can do those crazy vocals without effects, I think that's awesome. But yeah, if you need pitch shifters, why bother?
Just fit your fucking vocals to the style of music.
And fit your vocals to what you can do. If you can't, I can't.
Save the fucking, heavy fucking effects for the vocals for the fucking industrial end.
Yeah, I can't sing melodically. You don't want to hear me sing melodically. It's awful. So I don't sing melodically. I know I can't. No amount of auto-tune can save my vocals.
Fuck auto-tuning.
Agreed. But yeah, I don't know many people who actually can like slam as much as I do. It's not the only thing I listen to, but I do have several hundred slam songs and several slam albums, discographies, because I like putting my brain to rest, picking up a caveman hammer and just going ape shit, because it's not smart music. It's stupid music. Stupid music for stupid situations. It's like thrash if thrash wanted to rape people.
Raping people is always fun with the music.
Raping people. I was at Best Buy the other day and I saw a Devourment album at Best Buy and I was like, what the fuck?
How the hell did that get at Best Buy?
Well,
It,
Someone
it was
probably some death metal fan probably snuck it in.
nah, because they're on Relapse or Nuclear, but it was conceived in sewage, which I don't mean to demean your taste but it is the most, how do I say, accessible of their albums.
hmm.
Um, not,
Interesting. Well,
I'm not
feel
saying it's
free to
not.
mean my taste. I'll fucking. If it's something I'm willing to fucking rabidly defend, I'll defend it. But this is just one of
No.
those things where I like it, but it's not something I'll fucking rabidly defend.
Oh,
I
just
will
once you
fucking
get pissed.
rabidly defend Guar though. But
Me
it all
too.
depends upon what fucking song you're talking about.
I'll defend Guar because Guar is better than most bands ever. They're better than you, Noah.
And they're definitely better than like anything that passes as the extreme theatrical shit these days.
They're better than Kiss.
I think they're better than Kiss. They actually refined what the fuck Kiss did and did it a million times better.
Yeah, because Guar had the whole story. Kiss never had. They tried, I guess, the story, but they never had a story. And Gene
And
Simmons
Kiss
said.
saves Christmas.
And Gene Simmons said about Guar, well, they don't really have character development. I'm like, what?
They had fucking character development from day one. I mean,
Yeah, I
yeah,
used
they
to
were fucking
love.
a bunch of fucking drug-addicted fucking space barbarians out to rape all civilization before they destroy everything, including themselves.
I used to love reading the Guar backstory and all the little info and bios and stuff like that, and all the characters. Oh, the Guar fuck, the Guar FUQ was probably my most visited site when I was like 13.
Fucking, they changed one minor element. Like, fucking, well, originally the Big Bang was that the fucking master farted in the fucking fan letters that were fucking circulating back in the fucking early to mid 90s. And then it was the master took a shit now in the fact.
Yeah. I remember, and I thought it was weird. And um, fuck. I thought whenever they killed the master, they would be done with the band, but apparently not. I find it weird that Guar releases their most metal album, Violence Has Arrived, after we kill everything, and gets dropped from Metal Blade. And then they went on to that weird DRT label, which always thought was a weird fit for a metal band. Then they went bankrupt.
Anyone in here like ambient music?
Yeah, I like Burzum and Dreams of Dying Stars and anything that Stygian Van guy has done. I like him. Like
I'm
Feeble.
only really wetting my feet with the whole black metal scene and the ambient shit there. I haven't really gotten in, actually given it a serious listen other than passing glance to see if I fucking like anything.
Some of it's good, some of it I don't think they get the point of what ambient is supposed to be, and they get into more like electronic industrial territory. I'm like, that's not ambient, dude. Mick Harris of Napalm Death had an ambient band called Lull, and they were pretty good. I find it weird that you go from Napalm Death to that.
Oh boy, Napalm Death.
They're one of my
I gotta
favorite
fucking
bands.
pop that back in sometime soon.
They're one of my favorite bands in the world.
They were pretty good back in the day, from what I heard.
I don't know.
Back in the day, I just haven't really kept up with them. That's the problem I had. I fucking went homeless. I couldn't keep up. Now I'm playing catch up now with all my old bands. I'm getting inundated with a bunch of new bands, which are like, oh, that's cool, that sucks, that fucking blows goats. Why the hell won't those people just die because they suck so bad?
I don't know. Napalm Death, they're a band. A lot of my punk friends don't like the new stuff, and I don't know. They everything they've done sits right with me. I'm not saying they've done all amazing songs, but I can't think of a song that I don't at least like in some way. It's kind of like Guar's Slayer. I can't think of a song that I think, oh god, I never want to listen to that song again. Now bands like Megadeth have songs that I'm like, I would be fine if I never listened to that song again. Or Metallica, or Anthrax, or
I mean, with me, it's like you got with Guar. fucking Carnival of Chaos. Half that album just fucking completely blows goats. And the only reason I'll put up with the track is because it's only like 2-3 minutes long, and then the one right after it kicks ass.
Who else? I don't know. I smoke a lot of crack and listen to Carnival. That's all I'm gonna say. Or do a lot of drugs and listen to Carnival, or
That's
just
what I
listen,
did originally, the first time I heard it.
or just listen to it if you don't like. Because I didn't approach it as like a metal album. I just approached it as a weird album. Because I like when bands,
It's a punk album, is what it is.
but like a
I
weird
mean,
punk album.
yeah.
We kill
It was
everything.
more
We
their
know
joke
all.
nature there.
Yeah, and I like punk, and I'm a huge punk fan, and I can see if you're more of a metalhead. Like, duh, of course I can see why you wouldn't like the album. We kill
Well,
everything was
no,
even
it's
more.
only like I said, half the album fucking kicks ass, the other half sucks. And you got fucking We Kill Everything. Half that album sucks and half of it's cool. You
I like it
know,
when bands are just overtly weird. Like I used to love Deaf Piggy and the Queers and Drunken
oh
Cholos
fucking yeah, Death Piggy.
because they were just so stupid. I can't help but love them. I like when
Have you
bands.
ever heard of a band called the Meat Shits?
Yes, I've tried to get their discography. I'm sorry. Yeah,
I
yes.
only heard one album by them, and it was like 90% of the album was like just excerpts from like different movies and shit, for a prelude to a 3-second long song.
Yeah, it gets old fast, but it's funny.
Have you heard Torso Fuck?
Yeah, I don't really know anything about them. I think they're like grindcore death metal something. I used to be into Mortician, but I don't know. They're okay, I guess. I don't know what to think about Mortician. I'm both like, wow, this is bad, and wow, this is good. It's kind of because I don't know. I don't know if I should be taking it seriously or just laughing.
Why do so many people put Meshuggah in the gent category?
Because their new stuff is very groovy and they kind of invented the gent thing. They don't want to be called gent anymore, but they invented it pretty much. I don't even know what gent is. I mean, I had to look up what gent was because I was like, what the hell is gent?
I like groove, like metal with grooves a lot more than solos. Cause
I'm not big on solos. If it's there, it's there, and if it's
yeah,
not, I don't really care.
I
I
love
prefer.
I love the solos. The groove's okay if done properly, but very seldom I hear bands pulling it off, more than just fucking things that would be sample scratch worthy.
Pantera
I know
hmm
Pantera.
and Machine Head. Do you like Machine Head?
I don't really care for Machine Head that much.
What
Would you
about
like?
What about Fear
No,
Factory?
no. If you want to hear the poor man's Machine Head, there's a band called Skin Lab. It is the poor man's Machine Head.
Okay, I'll try to remember that eventually. I'll see
The
if that
guys
sounds any good.
the guys were actually in a good thrash band called Defiance, which was a good band. But no, actually, I don't recommend listening to it. If you think Machine Head sucks, wow, it's Skin Lab is Machine Head dumbed down to about 1/10 of what they could be.
Oh, okay, then I will avoid it.
Yeah, avoid it like the plague. I thought I'd like it as
And
dumb
the
groove.
person whoever mentioned Fear Factory, I fucking got burnt out on them fucking ages ago. Because half my friends back in the day were like 4 or 5 years younger than me, and they were all into it and they fucking played it to death, and I just got fucking sick and tired of it. Whenever I fucking saw them at Ozfest, I think it
Fear
was the first,
Factory.
yeah, they were at an Ozfest. I think it was the first one. And I just remember I fucking left where everyone was standing just to buy more booze so I could hack it.
That's how I feel about Toxic Holocaust and a couple other bands, or The Exploited. I like The Exploited and Discharge, but I like Discharge. But my friends played them so much, I've listened to them sparingly because I'm just like, yeah, they're good, but I've heard them so many times that I'm just, Toxic Holocaust especially. I'm kind of tired of them. Joel Grind, you suck. I'm calling you out, Joel.
Such a fucking bitch thinking back through all the different drugs I did over the years.
I like
Um,
I like solos only if they're done properly.
Well, I'm a
It,
punk, obviously. Solos mean nothing to me.
Well, that's the whole point. You have to do them properly, or else they're gonna fucking suck.
Yep.
If they suck, then fuck them.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm the guy who says all songs should be 32 seconds long, so perhaps I'm not the best guy to ask about solos.
The Flood solo from Pantera is my favorite.
Which
I never
one?
liked Floods.
It was, yeah, I
never
mean,
liked
like, it
Flood.
was just,
But I never liked it because I listened to it and I just felt the song went nowhere.
yeah.
It didn't feel melodic. It didn't feel. I mean, if you're gonna do a slow song, make it like melodic or at least make it sound like you're dying. But it just kind of meandered and Phil did whatever Phil does, and I was just like, yeah, Cemetery Gates is better.
Uh-huh.
Whatever the solo, I don't even remember the solo. I was drunk, so I like Trendkill though. I like the song Trendkill with Seth Putnam. Have you heard the Anal Cunt cover of Great Southern Trendkill?
No.
It's amazing.
I actually didn't really care for Southern Trendkill. That was whenever I stopped fucking caring about them.
Well, I like that one song after that, and then the album just does drag. Eric,
Yes.
so what the hell was that album you sent me or whatever?
Oh no, I tagged you in something that Jinx posted.
Yes, I have no idea what that is, actually. I don't know if it's
Um,
just a compilation or if it's a new album or what.
Let me take a look. It was just her newest album again, but she personally signed and numbered them, and they're almost sold out on eBay.
Which album is this?
It is just says Coven and Jinx on it.
Oh, that's the Jinx album. That's with look at the track list here, because I may have it already. I bought it. It was like $25, and I bought it.
But this one is personally autographed by her.
Check out the track list
Okay.
if you can, because if it's something new, I'll buy it. But I don't think it is.
There's To the Devil a Daughter, Out
Okay,
of...
I have that one. I have
Okay.
that. See, I'd say I bought it, but I spent $25 on this. For all I know, it might be signed by her. I was like, $25 is a bit steep, but what the hell? I need this album. I love that album. That woman can sing still. I was blasting Coven on the way back. I like it. We were talking about bands, I think, and we've come to the conclusion that Guar is better than Kiss.
Oh, wow.
I hate his like non-combative attitude. You always say this is Metal Gate's more fun than PTR. Well, Metal Gate you actually contributed, so maybe if you contribute to PTR instead of just whinging about it.
I don't... Okay.
Oh,
Oh, shut up, Elliott.
shut up, Elliot. What'd you eat for dinner?
Oh, just tacos.
I had Taco Bell. By the way, when I was at Monterey, I had the best fish and chips of my life at this like British style pub. It was amazing.
Nice.
Look at the trending thing and see if there's anything worth talking about.
Okay. Okay.
We were talking about. But yeah, I'm a punk fan, so I can leave solos very easily. I'm more of a punk fan, more of a punk mindset than a metal thing. I mean, I kind of got into the both at the same time, but I think every song should be 30 seconds long. So what do I know?
Have you seen the movie Trainspotting?
No. I know people who actually do Train Spot though. I know of it though. I know of the movie.
I've heard of it. It sounded like something that would fucking was made by neo yuppie trash, so I avoided it.
Uh, we all watched your rant, Jim. Your confession was that streamed live on Google Hangout?
Uh, yeah, I've been doing that a bit recently.
See, I was gonna upload YouTube videos, and I realized I didn't know how because I don't have any upload software. But you've shown me how to do it, so thank you.
No problem there, I guess.
Alex Harvey, who's not here right now, says that your voice sounds like the voice he imagines when he's tight, if he were ever tied up, waiting for someone to kill him.
Oh, I sound like a fucking sociopathic killer.
Yes.
That sounds like, a fan mail.
You do sound like, I even said Eric.
Yeah, what?
He sounds like a killer in that confession video, doesn't he?
Definitely.
I loved it. I was just like, I was trying to do an impression of you for my friends, and I was like, I can't do it. I can't get the lack of emotion, the just deadpan, fucking dry lack of emotion.
You also have to be smoking for 30 years, have fucking abused way too many drugs in your life, and then fucking top your lungs at fucking countless underground shows on top of fucking getting your head knocked around in countless mosh pits.
Maybe if I do that, my voice will be less annoying. Fucking, I hate my voice.
And that's not to mention, back in high school getting baseball bats taken to my head once in a while and shit
Oh
like
yeah, those are always fun.
Yeah, always fun.
I've gotten baseball bats by neo-Nazis.
And I got them because they thought I was a neo-Nazi, and I wasn't. That's the sick irony. Like, I had this one group of friends that were neo-Nazis, and they thought that I was one, just guilt by association. Not knowing that the whole entire reason I was friends with them was the fact that these bastards fucking beat the shit out of me on a daily basis. The fucking people that thought I was a neo-Nazi.
So you must have the nice Nazis, around your town, because the ones I have.
They weren't necessarily nice. It was the fact that they just accepted me for who I was because I just didn't give a shit, and they appreciated that. And it was always good fucking debating them. I had to fucking put on my thinking cap with two of them because they were the more brainy persuasion, so I'd have to fucking go and combat what they thought were facts with actual statistics that I found.
Wow, and they wouldn't just be, because the ones we have here have about the IQ of a soap bubble. And if you
that is the vast majority of the fucking neo-Nazi movement. They're about 98%, 99%, 99.632%. The vast majority of them are fucking brainless cretins and aren't even fucking worth the time of day because they're fucking operating off of red brain cells. When you actually get the brainy one, which is very hard to find, but when you get them, it's always an interesting debate if they're willing to debate.
Yes.
Because you gotta fucking work your brain off the fucking counter, whatever the hell they're throwing at you, because they're coming up with shit that's derived off of actual statistics. So you have to find the set of, you have to use that set of statistics in order to disprove them.
Well, I wish I wasn't smart, because those ones basically just saw me walking around and said, "Oh, he's a punk, and he apparently doesn't really like Nazis. Let's kill him." So. That was always fun. But, Johnny Puke saved me more times than I can count until he died.
Here is the Luciferian Church mission statement. We have gathered under one banner a convocation of individuals who embrace the possibility of self-excellence by attaining knowledge, achieving desires and goals, building inner and outer power throughout your life. Reading further, if Luciferianism intrigues you, or you seek to know where to begin, read Wisdom of Euspharos, or I can't even pronounce that word, the Luciferian philosophy. This is the core essence of the Luciferian Church. The Greater Luciferian Church is a foundation of unique individuals who dare to illuminate the inner light of the black flame. As individuals, we seek to express our insights towards attaining apotheosis, lords of our spiritual and carnal world.
I really, really want to play some dissection right now. Eric,
What?
God of Forbidden Light.
Alright, coming up.
No, don't fucking play it yet. Jesus. We're live, Eric. Don't play it. If you play it, I will have them mute you.
Okay, you can watch Iron Chef while we're doing this.
He's watching Iron Chef.
Today's secret ingredient is dog testicles. Boom.
How many different kinds of meals they can make with dog testicles?
They usually have to make like several course meals, including dessert.
Dog testicle dessert. Dog balls is what's for dinner.
That secret ingredient wouldn't look out of place on the original Japanese version.
Your mom will what?
They said it wouldn't look out of place on the Japanese version.
I heard you. I heard him.
Okay.
I just don't care. I don't listen to him.
Dog ball sandwich.
That's what Eric eats.
Shut up.
No, Eric eats James's balls sandwich. Not near you, Jim. James St. John.
Freshly garnished dog balls on rice and gravy.
Get your balls off me, Eric.
What?
Get your balls off me.
Oh, shut up, Elliott.
Fucking Eric, stupid ass Eric. I mean, okay, maybe he didn't invent it, but he kept saying it. Oh, fucking, I love it. I love this fucking kid. It's fun to just abuse him.
It's fun to abuse everything,
And
including
apparently,
yourself.
yes, apparently he has a friend that's going to be a NASA scientist. Although he's so dumb, I'm surprised he can even count to two.
Wrecked.
He's gonna be a little NASA. See, James, you have your little phone right here. You can call little NASA. You need to get him on here, Eric.
Well, you
Just-
almost put James St. John onto this thing.
Yes, you need to get James St. John on here.
Okay.
Sodomy.
Rape.
Sodomized. Goat monkeys. Volume 12. The Revenge.
I own volumes 1 through 11.
That just reminds me, back in the day, we had this fucking drinking game. My dad was heavy into the fucking BDSM porn. And he had this one series called Spanked Enema Nurse. It had volumes like 1 through 12, and then like volumes 15 through 21. Something like that. And and the whole entire thing was, every single one was the same two chicks following the same exact script, except there was one minor difference. And that very minor difference is what mandated an entire new edition. Like in one movie, in one like 10-second scene, she's sitting in the corner on, just kneeling down in the corner. And then in the next movie, she's kneeling down in the corner, but this time she's doing it on top of fucking hairbrushes. And that everything's exactly the same except for that one minor change, and that one minor change is what dictated they needed to make a new edition. So our drinking game was guessing which minor change they made, which mandated it.
Well, I mean, I imagine if you saw Volume 1 and then Volume 21, I imagine they look pretty different if they made just 20 minor changes.
Well, yeah, you'd have to watch them sequentially.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you watched 1 and 21...
It was only like a 30-minute video saying, like, we would fucking party for days straight, so...
I think they made 21 volumes of that shit.
At least. By the
Someone
time
needs
they
to look that
probably
up and see.
it
I
was
got a pretty good porno grind name for a
What?
song. Asphyxiation by Used Condom.
That's what I do on my what?
that sounds
Porno grind's
beautiful.
fucking stupid, dude. It's like waste of
Anyways, if you want to look
audio.
look up that shit, it was a Shadow Lane production.
Thank you. I'll look it up when I want to look up porn, which is never because porn doesn't
Can't-
really do anything for me.
Yeah,
I watch a lot of porn.
I bet you do.
Hey, since we're telling truths and shit over here, like today I probably masturbated to various pornographic videos, maybe like
Is this the Wank Show?
7 or 8 times, and I'm not fucking joking.
You're the
have
second,
you ever seen Horse Fucker?
Eric?
What?
Oh, wait, have you guys seen the 2 dudes, 1 horse thing?
Yeah,
Is that even real?
it is real,
Yes,
dude.
it is real.
I'm-
And it's not just, one instance of it. There are multiple hundreds of videos of 2 guys fucking a horse.
is it graphic?
What the fuck?
There's a video of this called Mr. Hands. Have you seen that video?
Edward Penis Hands.
I do not. What does it consist of?
Did you guys watch Edward?
It's a guy getting fucked in the ass by a horse.
Huh.
Okay, I've seen that before.
Have you guys watched Edward Penis Hands?
It doesn't fucking exist, Elliot.
Yes, it does.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look
exists.
it up right now. And if
Look it
doesn't-
up. It exists.
Edward Penis Hands.
Yes.
If it doesn't
Alternate
exist, you're getting called
Alternate
out.
title, not Edward Scissorhands.
Dude, it does exist.
I told you.
It's real.
Yes, I know it's real.
It's from 1991.
Yes, I know.
There's also one called The Anus Family, which
I'm
is a
looking
play
this.
off of the Addams Family.
Does anyone
They
here like
had to
Tim Burton?
rename it for whatever reason, and newer versions are released as not The Addams Family.
The Anus Family has 7.2 on IMDb.
Does anyone here like Tim Burton?
No, that guy's a fucking douche.
I really find him a bad director, but I know Eric has a man crush on him.
Shut up.
You do?
Didn't
Shut
you
up, Elliot.
Didn't you say that his movies were satanic?
I was trying to give you a hard time here.
No, but you showed me that Zach Black video where Zach says that Tim Burton's movies have satanic themes or symbolism or whatever.
I think he's right, but if they do, it's only because Tim isn't smart enough to actually understand where the symbols come from. It's like Christians in Christmas. The tree's pagan, people. The tree's pagan. The presents are pagan. The holiday's pagan. You're pagans. Stop worshiping God and start sucking me off.
Edward Penis Hands.
Oh, yes. I think I've created a monster here.
We should like what's a classic film? The Big Lebowski. Or Big
Who-
Lebowski. They should make a
Who are you
film called
messaging, Eric?
Big
Hold on, let me see who I'm
Lebowski. Nobody's
Whoever
fucking
messaging, ask them to join.
Let's see, I'm messaging Movie Guy. Oh, and I'm messaging the
listening.
Canine.
My fucking life.
Ask the canine to join. Little emo kid who likes furries or something.
My question is this.
Edward
what
Penis
the-
Hands?
No, what the hell makes this such an important news headline? 20 people who wanted so badly to meet celebrities but didn't. What is so fucking new about this? That, like, you have to fucking publish an article on it.
Nothing. Nothing at all. Slow news day. Of
I
course, my
think
thing
it's
is,
just a brain dead fucking nature of fucking American society, or the Western world as a whole.
everyone I want to meet, I can. I mean, it may take a while because they may be in another country, but I can meet them. You know, if I play my cards right, or if I can travel or whatever. But I've never gotten celebrity crushes, like people who are actually like in love with celebrities.
I don't get that at all, where they fucking suck their cocks and shit. I mean, I got people that I'm fucking fans of and shit. I mean, Weird Al's been like one of my fucking favorite musicians since before I even got into metal.
Well, I mean, and by the way, Jinx Dawson is excluded because I actually talked to her online, and she's fucking Jinx Dawson. But she's not a celebrity, so there you go.
I
That's
mean,
a little.
even whenever my friends were fucking oogling and gogging over the fucking whoever was supposed to be the hot chick, of the fucking flavor of the week or whatever. Back when we were fucking teenagers, I didn't do that. I'd just rather grab a porno mag and fucking yank off to it.
Oh no, yeah, definitely. I mean, I wouldn't mind meeting Jinx, but it'd be more of a if she ever plays, the whiskey, because I like meeting bands and shit. But it would definitely be a. Well, plus she's like 65 years old, but I'm not one of those like, man, I really want to have sex with a bunch of celebrities and shit. I'm just like, no, I want to meet them because of my, musicians I like, and maybe we could talk. I mean, I've met Glenn Benton of Deicide, and we had a very cool conversation. It wasn't like, celebrity thing. It was just, oh, hey, it's Glenn Benton from Deicide. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's like he'll just put them so far up on a fucking pedestal. Fucking, I was hanging out with fucking Cannibal Corpse whenever they were fucking touring with Anthrax, and who the hell was the other band? I think it was Danzig.
I mean, I'm sure I'd have one of those, oh my god, it's Cannibal Corpse moments, but it would last for about 10 seconds, and then I'd just be like, you just tell yourself, look, they're just people like me. Just talk to them. Just hang out with them.
That's what we were doing. We're just bullshitting about random shit. I didn't forget half the shit we said, except for we were underage and shit, and I was pounding back beer like it was water, and it was like I never drank like that before, so obviously I fucking puke all over myself. And like George Corpse Grinder's like, hey, are you okay? And I'm like, oh, there's nothing wrong with vomiting the soul. They raised a toast to me and then told me to go out and hose myself off. I came back in for a few more beers before we went out to watch some Anthrax.
That's awesome. I have a story. It's not my story, unfortunately, but it's I'm gonna try to get him on here. Justin Harab, guy from a couple of college, local bands I really like from Humboldt, California. And he owns a blog. He was telling a story about when he met Motorhead. I guess he was maybe like 11 or 12 or 13 or 14. Can't have been older than 14, 15, right? And he was in a store, and Motorhead were doing a signing, drinking. I think it was some sort of beer. It was Sam Adams, or fucking I don't remember what it was. Fuck. But anyway, and Justin's like, hey, can I have? Remember, he was 15. He's like, hey, can I have one of your empties and you can sign it? And they go, why don't you have a full one? So he takes the bottle of alcoholic beverage and downs it in like one. And the Motorhead guys are like, go, 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 go. And then he signed it. Oh, I love that. I've had, but yeah, I mean, there were like it was like a 10-second moment, like because I meet race car drivers, not NASCAR, but sports car drivers who I like, and there's like a 10-second moment where I'm kind of shy, and then it's like, you know what, they're just people. Yeah, they do something great, but they're people, and I've met some really great people, and we just talk. We talk about racing, or we talk about music, whatever. If they're musicians, obviously, and we just hang out, and it's I don't get all starstruck, even though they may be like my favorite musicians of all time, and I may be in complete awe of them. It's just at the end of the day, the people, and I like meeting them though because it's cool, kind of reminding yourself that they're people.
There was like fucking one of the first few Guar shows I went to. I was fucking sitting there bullshitting with I forget who the fuck it was playing him at the time. It was whoever was playing Beefcake at the time.
It's either Mike Bishop or Casey Orr.
Yeah, I forget which one,
Casey
honestly,
was
because I was on a shit ton of drugs that show.
Casey was in Rigor Mortis, a really good thrash band. I think you should also check them out. Rigor Mortis.
I think I did check them out.
Mike Scaccia from Ministry was in that band, but it's not electronic. It's like almost death metal. It's really cool horror thrash.
Actually, I think they're out. That a couple of their albums used to be in my collection before I went homeless.
Wait, Rigor Mortis or Ministry?
Rigor Mortis, definitely Ministry.
I have the first Ministry album when they were new wave. That's awesome, awesomely awful. Who else? I mean, I met Seth Putnam, one of my. He's why I started a noise grind band. I met Brocky once. And then, of course,
I didn't meet Brocky. I met fucking Hunter Jackson. Played Techno Destructo.
Yeah, I love Techno Destructo.
That was like my first fucking. That was like one of my favorite. That was my favorite Guar song of like all time for the longest time. The Private Painted Techno Destructo, just because it just blew me when I was younger. Just starting to get into it, it was like. Oh wow, they fucking drummed up their own fucking arch nemesis that repeats. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, I love Techno Destructo. He was great. And who else have I met? I met Sky D in a parking lot. Didn't ask him anything about Anthrax because I'll be honest, and you can laugh at me. I'm just not that big of an Anthrax fan.
Neither am I really. I mean, some of their shit's good, but then. You got some of that other shows like.
I love their first album. After that, I can take them or leave them. I was asking them all at SOD about like the Crab Society demo. Like, yeah, I have your Crab Society demo, man. Man, you should have done that in Anthrax. You should have got that should have been the new Anthrax album rather than Spreading the Disease. He's like, yeah, maybe. I think he was like, what? Is this guy on crack? Because the Crab Society, what demo was 63 songs and 14 minutes of noise. I haven't met Dan Lilker yet, but I will because we chat sometimes. He's really nice. He's been in every band. I think he's been in every band under the sun by law. Every band needs to have Dan Lilker in for at least a year. He's been in a shitload. He's been in Anthrax, Nuclear Assault, Brutal Truth, Hemlock, Blurring, Venomous Concept, Nunfuck Ritual, Crucifist. Who else has he been? Who else has he? A German thrash band whose name I can't remember. He's been in basically just Nocturnal Hellstorm. He's been in every band.
That's always fun.
He sounds like you, but like less evil.
That's an interesting comparison. Someone that sounds like me but less evil, yet they're in bands.
He just sounds so laid back. He sounds like Oh, he's also in a band called Extra Hot Sauce. He sounds like he smoked about 10 joints every time he talks.
I heard the Extra Hot Sauce version of Freebird.
What happened?
I heard the Extra Hot Sauce version of Freebird.
What did you think?
Yeah.
I love it. I'm free. I love it. They also did the best version of Paranoid by Black Sabbath. Who else have I met? I think that's all. Well, in a bunch of local bands, obviously, because that's what I do. I meet local bands.
There were a few local bands I hung out with, and I just forget even the names of the individuals in them, let alone the names of the bands that were once in.
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple good ones, Social Overload. That's about it, actually. I mean, the others just kind of sound the same.
Just the damage that I did to my brain with drugs.
The only really I've only talked to bands through online, but that's about it.
I've talked to more people online, obviously. If you want to go online, I've talked to everyone.
You know.
Maybe not like Metallica, because he wants to talk to Metallica, but almost everyone else. By the way, hi Shane Embury. Shane Embury from Napalm Death. He likes my noise band. I thought that was cool. He's like, yeah, I listened to your band. I really liked it. I was like, yay! I get a vote of confidence.
And you also know Mick Harris of Napalm Death.
Not Mitch Harris, Mick
I
Harris.
said Mick Harris.
Because there's a guy named Mitch Harris who's in the band currently. Yes, yes, Mick Harris. Tez Roberts from Discharge, and others. Darren Palmer, he's a dick. I hate you, Darren. You suck.
Multiple stab wounds for everyone.
I want to fight Darren Palmer.
With a lobster.
Yes, he was the guy who told me about Alex Jones. And at first I was like, hey, this guy's cool because he like goes against the establishment. And I looked into him and I was like, no, actually he's insane.
You find that a lot with people that claim to be against the establishment.
Yep. Yes, I have.
I wish I've met a lot of people from bands that,
I've only met.
really influential stuff.
I met a lot of racing drivers though.
Nah, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I don't care.
I met Morgan Freeman once.
I enjoy talking to them online. I don't really go out of my way to find them. They usually find me, but I enjoy talking to them online. It's always fun to talk to people you, if not look up to, at least have on your iPod and I don't know. It's just kind of cool. It proves that they're human.
You guys ever met Brad Pitt?
No.
Me neither. That would have been cool
Why
though.
would I want to?
Because he's Brad Pitt, man.
I don't watch movies.
Why would you
I
watch?
straight up don't watch them. I have no idea who's popular.
Oh wait. So you're more of like a TV show guy.
I read books.
Man, you are a disappointment.
The last TV show I watched was The Thick of It from
That sounds
2005
awful.
2012. No, it was a great show. Shut up. Yeah, I read books. I don't know. And I watch more British shows than American ones anyway, so
God, man.
I couldn't tell you who's popular. Is that the last movie I saw was Rush, the Formula One movie. Before that, it was World's Fastest Indian. Yeah, I basically watch car movies, or I watched the Alan Partridge movie, or Aqua Teen the movie, or things like that.
So it sounds like you've watched a decent amount of movies.
What about all the really, really bad horror and science fiction movies?
Yeah, but if you're talking about current movies,
No, current dude. Anything in the theater right now like interests me. Like, not even.
last movie I saw in the theaters was Rush, and before that it might have been. I listened to a race through Iron Man, and that was 2008, and then I saw Rush in 2013. But as far as watching movies, I like a fair amount, but it's mainly British movies or like movies. Like I watched the Aqua Teen movie, Simpsons movie, things like that, which were okay, whatever.
I went and saw Ted 2.
I hate
I
Seth
left-
MacFarlane.
I left the movie theater thinking like, man, I could have bought lunch instead of going to see his.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have something personal against Seth MacFarlane. What I hate about Seth MacFarlane, he's apparently an atheist, and yet he can't write an atheist character who's not a complete douchebag.
I mean, it's like sarcastic. I mean, the whole Family Guy thing is
Yeah,
just,
but-
like
but-
sarcastic.
If he's an atheist and wants to promote atheism and have a rational character, and yet every time he tries to write an atheist character, it turns out to be a douchebag. And he talks about how he wants to promote atheism. It's like, dude, you're not. You're promoting people's stereotypes of atheism, which is funny until it gets annoying. But I don't know. He needs to start actually write, and he needs to start actually writing stuff. If Family Guy could actually write an episode, because all I see are a bunch of jokes.
Doesn't Seth MacFarlane write like literally everything?
Yeah.
No.
That's what I
I
thought.
don't know.
Wait, Eric,
All the voices.
didn't they do those episodes where he was on strike?
Yeah, there were some episodes that they produced when he was on the Writers Guild strike.
So he didn't write them, but he had to voice act them.
Yeah.
So no, he does not write everything.
And they aired him without his final approval.
You know what? I've always looked. I can't find it anywhere. But I've tried to look for a Seth MacFarlane stand-up. I can't find him anywhere.
I'm sure it's about as funny as Family Guy. Just a bunch of random jokes with no plot.
I find Family Guy to be actually pretty funny at some points, man. I think it's pretty funny.
Eh.
It was
not like
originally funny first season or
Funnier
two,
than South
then
Park.
it.
Well, I don't like that type of humor. So
South Park can. Yeah.
I like dry humor. I don't really care for slapstick. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, you get your fucking South Park episodes, which are fucking nothing but slapstick. Then you get your ones that are actually trying to provoke thought through the fucking raunchy humor, just taking things to the complete extreme, as opposed to Family Guy, which is literally nothing but fucking jokes, punchlines, and absolutely no congruent structure to anything after the fucking first season or so.
I thought you were going to say, of course you like slaps, or of course you don't like slapstick. You can't see it.
Have you guys seen? I mean, you guys like South Park, but have you guys ever seen any like the movies that like Trey and?
I prefer those to South Park. I stopped
me
watching
too,
South
dude.
Park
Like,
after season
you ever seen
5,
Basketball?
season 7. What? Yes, I've seen Basketball.
Or
Orgasmo and Cannibal.
Orgasmo, yeah.
Cannibal. Cannibal the musical.
Team America, that's another one that they did.
I didn't like that. Well, I mean, I thought it was funny the first time I watched it, and I never wanted to watch it again. It was just one of the, it was one of those where I'm like, yeah, it's funny. Moving on.
I heard those dudes
there
are
were
doing,
a lot
like,
of sight
Broadway
gags
stuff
in.
now.
There were a lot of sight gags in the fucking Team America one, so that it's obvious you wouldn't be able to get them.
Jim, I read the transcript.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. See,
Then there's no problem there.
that's what I do, okay? If I see something and people are like, oh, you should have seen that, I usually look up for a transcript. And then I can understand why it's funny.
He looks
I
at
know
the
it's funny, but I just,
transcripts.
yes, I do.
What, I mean, where do you find fucking transcripts?
For South Park, the South Park Scriptorium.
So, alright, hold on.
South Park
Give me a second.
Scriptorium.
South Park
Scriptorium.
Alright. South Park
Yeah, I mean, the only kind of weird slapstick humor I like is in music, but if I'm watching a TV show, I like dry humor, because I like dry. Dry is fun.
Dry can be fun, yeah.
But that's me. Yeah, I'm not really. I mean, Family Guy was fun when I was 11 or 12, because I wasn't in the mood for. I was just like, he said boobs. It's like I was like Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, but Beavis and Butthead had a fucking brain behind it. There was so much fucking commentary with their fucking stupidity.
Yes, there was. Yes, there was.
It's like, you got fucking people at the time burning churches down to make a fucking statement, and it was intellectual. It was like fucking, Christianity ruined our fucking heritage.
I love the fire
but
thing,
then
though.
you
They
remove that
overreacted.
entire mentality and just keep people burning things. You get Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, I love the fire thing. They overreacted so badly to that one.
What about King of the Hill?
Boo.
You know what? I have rednecks in my family. It's too close to home for me.
It was okay. I mean, some of the episodes were good. Then it just got fucking, I don't know. It's just one of those things I'll give or take. I don't really watch
Every
it.
time I watch it, I want to punch Hank Hill in the face. Every time I watch it, Stan Smith from American Dad is a douchebag, but he's a funny one. It's funny. But Hank Hill, I don't find funny. I find him Very irritating.
Is
I
there
don't know
is
why.
there
Just
is there any like TV show that's actually like all episodes are brilliant,
the heck
like
of
a
it.
cartoon?
Oh,
Duck.
no. Duckman.
You
Hmm?
guys ever seen Squidbillies?
Yeah, it's okay,
Oh
I
yeah.
whatever.
fucking love Squidbillies, dude. It's
That
like,
was kind of when Adult Swim lost me for me because the Squidbillies never. That was one of the first shows, maybe Robot Chicken, but I didn't see Robot Chicken at the time. Where there
Robot
was
Chicken
very,
is terrible,
where
dude.
there was very little plot, and it's just, yeah, it's funny, but yeah, Robot Chickens. But anyway, Duckman is the only cartoon. Well, Futurama had hit some bad shows. Dr. Katz had a lot of good home movies, but Duckman is my favorite show in the world because it was a mixture of slapstick for you guys and dry humor for me.
Dr. Man
That's
was okay. I didn't get totally into it. It's something I would watch though.
I did, and it's weird that I did because I usually don't. I bought the entire 4 season thing for like $100. I was like, I gotta have this. I don't know. The Duckman reminds me of me. When I hear him rant, I'm like, that is me. That is me. That is who I am, and that scares me. Eric even said that. Eric even said, "Oh yeah, that's you."
Yeah, yeah.
That scares the crap out of me. I'm not as stupid as Duckman. Yeah, Squibblies is okay, I guess. Whatever.
My
Space
aunt loves
Ghost.
Squidbillies. I just really couldn't get into them.
Yeah, they're funny for an episode or two, but past that,
I mean,
I just don't know.
though I liked their Christmas episode, and then there was like maybe one or two more, and that was about it.
Space Ghost.
Space Ghost was decent for a nice while. I liked fucking the way they did the character of Zorak on that.
Yes. What about Aqua Teen? I mean,
Aqua Teen was hit or miss a lot. I mean, it was
I'm
like,
watching.
okay, you get like a good episode, 6 shitty ones, then a good one.
I'm watching all the Aqua Teen episodes, and the first one was supposed to be on the Cartoon Network, so it was much less adult than the others. I love it. But yeah, it's the good thing about Aqua Teen is it's 11 minutes. So if you get a bad one, you just watch it, and then I have no life, so I just pass the time. So I need to find a really good show, a really good book to read.
Watch, do you guys have HBO or?
I have a torrent. I have torrent sites.
Alright, well, there's an HBO show called Boardwalk Empire. You ever?
Yeah,
I got
my
kind of
parents
bored with
watch
that because yeah.
my parents watch it. I can't watch it.
Well, I know it's kind of overrated, but if you like, want to get into something, Breaking Bad's really good, man. I always like Breaking
Nah,
Bad.
Breaking Bad never did it for me.
I mean, it's all the characters in that show are like so in depth, dude.
It was never my thing. My father and sister liked it, and I watched it, and I was just like, yeah, it could be a lot worse, but it's not my thing. I like comedy. I can't watch TV shows that don't show the humor and pointlessness of life. Because anything that's not a comedy, I inject comedy into it. Whenever I watch a serious movie with friends, I'm there like a dramatic love scene, and I'm making like AIDS jokes. So it needs to be humorous because life is humorous, and life is also brutal. So humorously brutal.
Life is shit, man.
I don't know. I unless it's like the World's Fast Indian or a racing movie or something. I don't dramatic dramatic or non-comedy movies. I'm just
You said you saw Rush, dude. How was Rush? I mean, it's got that Chris guy. What's his name?
I have no idea who he played. I watched it because I know the story. They did a little too much of that. Racing is being alive. Being close to death is being alive, whatever. And I didn't like some of the things I was reading about how they would film it. I guess they filmed. This is totally techno geek. I guess they'd film tracks. They'd film a track scene at the wrong track or whatever. But if you're not into racing, yeah, it's good, I guess. I found it about 7 out of 10. Could be better. Could have had a lot more racing scenes in it. My favorite movie is Le Mans because although I can't see it, there's about 20 minutes of plot, and the rest is all just racing. So of course it's like heroin for me. Whereas Rush, there was a lot of plot, which is understandable, but yeah, it's good if you don't like racing. It's great if you don't like racing. If you like racing, it's good. So watch it. That's what I'm trying to say.
So like you're in California?
I'm in California.
What part are you like at the desert, beach, shit?
Near LA.
Oh.
But if we were to do this Monday, I would have been in Northern California.
I thought LA was Northern California.
That's Southern California.
So what's the big capital north?
Well, Sacramento's the capital, but there's nothing there. North is like San Francisco, Monterey, again Bay Area, Berkeley.
So is California like always hot all the fucking time, or do you guys get snow?
Depends on where you go. North gets snow. We don't.
Does it get cold like during like early months?
Yeah. Well, my cold is probably warm for some people. So, it's chilly. But it's never really like freezing like snow. We had snow once here because we kind of live in the mountains. We had snow once here in 2005. This is the weather report on Political Trendy Radio.
How long have you guys been doing this, dude?
A couple hours. Oh, you mean, this is episode 9. And we were going to do episode 9 Friday or Monday.
How long have you been doing this series?
This is episode 9. We were going to do episode 9, I think, a week ago, but my computer decided to misbehave, and I couldn't get it back till 6 hours later. And then we tried to do wanted to do episode 9 Monday a couple days ago. Computer got a bunch of viruses. So this is the third time I'm doing episode 9. The shit I do for my show, and nobody watches it.
Can't you get some kind of like sponsor?
What's up?
Couldn't you, for like this podcast gig, couldn't you get like some kind of sponsor?
Nobody wants to sponsor this show. I've asked.
Why you gotta be such a fucking downer, dude? You have positive thinking.
Fuck positive thinking. Think
Hey,
brutally. Murder
that
is the
comment.
way to get the fucking everywhere.
Because
Yes.
nobody wants to sponsor the show because I've asked a lot of people and they're like, what's your
Fuck off.
target market? I'm like, people who are me.
Yeah.
This is why the world needs more multiple stab wounds.
Yep.
I think we're gonna have World War III within 10 years. What do you guys think?
Nah. They always promise us that and never deliver.
You don't
If it
think?
happens, it'd be fucking awesome. But
10 years is a
they've
long
been
fucking
promising
time.
it since I was a kid, and it
Yeah.
hasn't happened yet. Fucking back in the 80s, they were fucking telling us how to fucking go to the fucking bomb shelters and shit. Because World War III is coming, it's coming, it's coming. It never fucking came. I'm fucking sick and tired of waiting for it. I just want to see fucking things get vaporized left and right, people screaming on fire, and they're not delivering it.
Well, doesn't like the Iraq, guys, don't they have nukes and shit?
Who knows?
Well, I mean,
Well, I
if they
don't
have nukes, man, we're all gonna get fucking zapped.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't think anything's really going to happen. There's going to be a lot of threatening and a lot of, politicking. By the way, what time is it where you are?
It's fucking 1:30.
138, pal.
So it's 10:30 where I am. Damn, I thought it was later. I don't know. What was I going to say? Yeah, no one will sponsor this show because they're, what's your target market? I'm like, I don't do this for people for the average fan. I do it for me and people like me. People stupid enough to find me entertaining, like me.
What you really need to do, man, I mean, if it's only through the internet, I mean, some phones automatically have, like, the Hangouts on it. I mean, you could probably get, like, musicians and shit on here pretty easily, I mean, if you talk to them.
Well, I have friends, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to get musicians, maybe even a couple racing drivers.
I mean, you wouldn't have to, I mean, it'd just be at, like, their house. I mean, it sounds pretty simple.
Yeah, I mean,
You just need to be interesting. That's all you got to do.
Are you talking to
well,
me or are you talking to Ellie?
you're really, really helping with that interesting factor, Noah.
Ellie.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, you said like one word in like the past 25 minutes. You need to be interesting. Well, pot, meat, kettle.
But hey, dude, I know what you can do. People like go on iTunes and shit and download podcasts all the time. You need to see if you can put like these things on YouTube. People actually like
You
listen
mean
to that.
iTunes?
Yeah, whatever, same thing.
Because this is actually being broadcast live on YouTube. I don't know how to do that. I'll have to ask Bishop. Bishop?
I ain't gonna fucking go on iTunes.
Hey, you know who Mark Maron is?
Yeah.
All right, well, I mean, Mark Maron has a podcast, and that shit's on iTunes.
Well, yeah, but I'm not him. I'm not as famous as him.
Who cares
I
about
understand.
iTunes?
iTunes is fucking owned by Apple. Apple fucking sucks anymore.
I have iTunes, but yeah, I don't.
iTunes rules.
Blasphemer! Murder him now.
You know what? I've dealt with iTunes too much, and I know the inner workings of it too much, and I've went back and forth with libraries too much. iTunes sucks.
Well, dude,
Okay.
I have an iPod, and I don't ever buy anything from iTunes, like the store.
I don't either, but whenever we need a new computer or get a new computer, I have to go through the same song and dance with iTunes libraries and putting this music on and taking music off. And it's just, iTunes sucks. Okay? They suck. They suck. They suck. They suck. I use it because it's the only thing I can use.
I like
So, yeah.
iTunes.
iTunes sucks. Well, it's because you don't have to do all that technical crap that I have to do.
Yeah, I do too, man. Dude, my computer took a shit, and I lost all my music, and now, like these past couple of days, I've been re-downloading all these albums that I lost and putting them onto iTunes.
The good thing is I have a lot of stuff backed up, but my stuff is mixed in with my family stuff. So I have to delete because they won't. Finally, I just created my own iTunes library, and I've had to re-download podcasts, and I can't sign into the iTunes store to get podcasts. And I hate fucking
Sounds like
iTunes.
he's drowning.
Drowning in iTunes despair. By the way, I'm using a Toshiba. Don't get me started on Toshiba computers.
I have a Windows, like the
Well,
Lin-
yeah, mine's
Win-
Windows too, but my brand is Toshiba, and Toshiba sucks.
well, I mean the Lenovo. I have a Lenovo.
And my headphones are Logitech. They're actually pretty good.
That comment wasn't very interesting, huh?
Nope. It's just I
Fuck
like
off, huh?
nope.
Nobody cares.
Fuck off. Nobody cares about you.
Yep.
It's true.
Sucking the cock for popularity as opposed to doing your own damn thing, refining it, perfecting your art, and thus becoming popular because you did the work.
I think we need to have words of Jimstom.
Yeah, I mean, just fucking sitting there trying to, just fucking pissed me off the entire fucking conversation. Gave me a headache. And I could not formulate the words quick enough because I just wanted to murder. But the entire conversation was just fucking do this. This is what popular people do, and do that. That's what popular people are doing. Do the other thing. That's what popular people do. Fuck popularity. You fucking carve out your own niche in life. Okay, learn how to carve out your own niche in life. You young kid, whatever, fucking, just don't fucking follow the crowd, because the crowd is fucking going to fucking lead you off a fucking cliff. 'Cause that's where they're all fucking going. 'Cause they're all fucking idiots.
I get told that a lot with this podcast. Anarchist said that I should do what the drunken peasants do with YouTube videos, and someone saying I should make them an hour long because that's what popular people do, and someone saying I should do this because that's what popular people do. I'm like, you know what? The drunken peasants do their thing. I've never heard of them. I have no desire to check them out. But they're doing their thing. That's their thing. I'm not them. My name is not the amazing atheist. My name is Elliott Lindamood. I'm going to do what Elliott Lindamood's going to do. You know, I'm not going to do something that someone's doing just because they're successful. I mean, in reality, I'm successful because I'm streaming this, and people are actually co-hosting with me. That's what I define as success.
The herd mentality leads to a fucking vapid, fucking hollow existence, which is utterly meaningless, devoid of purpose. Fucking, if you define your own rules, carve out your own niche, you will find purpose.
I can remember when I would subscribe to a couple YouTube videos, YouTube vloggers, vlogger, whatever the fuck they're called, Mediocre Michael and Nelly and a couple others, not Nelly the rap singer, some girl named Nelly, and they would always do, Coney 2012 happens, oh, we got to make a Joseph Coney video. Harlem Shake happens, oh, got to make a Harlem Shake video. Ice Bucket Challenge, actually that was a little bit, got to make an Ice Bucket Challenge video. Who remembers the Harlem Shake anymore? Who remembers Joseph Coney? Who remembers Ice Bucket Challenge? But they all did it. They all did it, and they all got millions of hits.
The only reason I remember the fucking Ice Bucket Challenge is because we kept fucking satiring it, saying, do the razor blade challenge, do the fucking plastic bag over the head challenge. I want to see that challenge.
I suggest the piss in the face challenge.
That's a good challenge there. We should get people on board the piss in the face challenge.
Oh God! Somebody give me a
And
face.
you can be the judge, and Elliot, you be the judge of how well people are pissing on their own faces.
Oh no! I was gonna say go give me a face because I have to piss.
No shitting on people's faces.
Yeah, that might get into porn
Who let him
territory.
talk?
There might be more people fucking jerking off to it.
All right, people. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. I've got to get something to drink and other things.
Get caffeine.
Yes, I will. You quit ordering me around.
While you're away, I have things to talk about.
Cool. And then I'll shut Arnie up and show my face.
Okay. 9 signs your mental illness is made up for attention. Number 1, you use it to be an asshole to other people.
Oops.
If you don't call someone back, it's not because phones give you anxiety. It's because you're an inconsiderate asshole. If you don't show up to a friend's birthday party, it's not because you're bad in social situations. It's because you're an inconsiderate asshole. Mental illness, although convenient, is not a catch-all reason to treat people like shit. My reason for fucking treating all people like shit is because I hate them all, but let's move on. Number 2, you are constantly sharing shit about it on your social media. Every time someone writes a hashtag whatever for the website that they struggle with upper middle class anxiety, you share it. You share how to date someone with insert illness here. You share 7 things only people with OCD know. It's your whole identity. Just fucking following this fucking hollow bullshit and trying to drum up a fake mental illness to go with it. Number 3, you list it in your bios. If your bio announces from the get-go you have depression, before you even mention, I don't know, your job, hobby, accomplishment, you need help, and not in the Lexapro department, and that you have nothing interesting to say about yourself besides a disorder department. You have absolutely no life experience and just fucking burn yourself. It'll entertain me watching you scream. Number 4, your definitions of illness change all the time. One day, depression means you can't get out of bed or tie your shoes or pay bills. The next, it means you want to stay home and watch movies. The next, it's not that serious. Your definitions change all the time depending upon context and how sick you really want to look. In other words, you're just fucking using it to apply for fucking you getting someone to suck your clitoris or fucking suck your cock off and not fucking, use an excuse to get off doing anything real like work or something. Number 5. When it's convenient, your illness takes a back seat. Unless something really fun is coming up and you manage to get it together, or you want to impress a date by pretending you're really active and outgoing and happy, then you're fine. See what I just said before about fucking just acting it up. Number 6, you think it's controversial to talk about. Seriously, fucking, we've been talking about fucking mental illness for ages. It's not fucking controversial. It's a fucking common day fact of life. Go fucking set yourself on fire. I want to see you scream. Number 7, even though your relationships have clear patterns, you don't accept that they might be your fault. It's never you. It's always a string of completely unique exes who all just happen to be terrible people and just couldn't accommodate your hashtag illness. Enjoy fucking meeting people.
Hello, this is Satan. What show is this?
Number 8, you constantly post baiting things so that people will ask you what's wrong.
Oh my god, I know people who do that.
All the time saying it's been a bad day, not feeling good. My insert illness here is acting up again. Please help me.
Yep.
Fucking just want to bash these people in the head.
I usually post things like I'm not feeling good, but people know it's just my general despair of disdain for humanity, not something to get all butthurt about.
Everyone has problems, and using the feel sorry for me card over and over again, inserting illness here as to the reason why they should feel sorry for you, is
Arnie
incredibly
left
irritating for everyone around you.
Arnie left just as I came back. I think that's funny.
And number 9, you're not really trying to get better. Maybe you take medication, maybe you're in therapy, but when it comes to the behavior that you're doing over and over again, you're not interested in doing the hard work that is required to overcome mentally ill behaviors, especially the ones you're just creating out of your ass to be a fucking trendy fuckwad, so you gain popularity points because boo-hoo, feel pity for me. As I see points I've said before about just setting yourself on fire so I can hear you scream.
Amen. And with that, I'm going to give you all a treat. Hello.
Okay, there's an ugly mug there.
Shut up.
Kawasaki Racing Team.
Yes. It's my shirt.
And we only get the fucking from the nose down, pretty much.
Shit.
There we go. Now we can see her eyes going off in weird directions.
Yeah, well...
I know you can't see a fucking damn thing. That's why I'm making fun of you.
I always wondered about who, because I kind of knew this. No one actually told me, but I always wondered if people tell, not only can you not see, but your eyes look like you're watching both sides of a tennis match.
Yep.
I mean, no one told me.
You got that going. Like right now, they kind of synced up. But whenever you first open your eyes, they weren't.
Yeah, I can't control, like, people like to say, oh, furrow your brow. And I'm like,
It's kind of an alien concept because you have to actually, I mean, I know you could sense, your eyes opening and closing, but having that fine motor control to actually look one direction or another, that's something you only learn by actually trying to trace things with your eyes. And since you're blind, you can't trace a damn thing.
Yep, and we've seen enough of my face now. I prefer the dark. Yeah, no,
This is exactly why I fucking posted a picture on your Facebook page. Not because I, thought you could see it. I knew you couldn't. I was
I
trying to
know.
get your friends to take a guess, and raise your paranoia of wondering whether I posted fucking bestiality porn or not on your page.
No, I know, and of course I saw that and thought, usually when someone posts something, I always put, I can't see it.
And I was like, I know.
It's just I kind of wanted to tag my ultra Christian friend just to see what she'd say.
Oh, go ahead and do that.
I will.
Because the picture went through like 16 or 17 different filters, so it looks like it could go either way.
And I've got
And me just
sweet-
telling you on air would be like completely unfair.
Yep, and hear that sound?
Ah, good.
Sweet caffeine. Mmm. Mmm. Tastes like cotton candy.
Ah, good.
Got a new keyboard, one that actually has all the keys on it. This one is less than 60% duct tape.
Less than 60%.
My old computer was keyboard, 60% duct tape. Who's laughing in the background?
You know why I
me.
laugh.
I know, I was making fun of Noah because he doesn't say anything.
Fuck you.
No, thank you, Noah. I'm not that interested in you.
I'm going to
All
take a piss real quick. I'll be back.
All right, I'm gonna. Thank you for announcing your piss break. So this is Political Trendy Radio. You can email me at ellindamood@gmail.com. Twitter is at ptradio666. Facebook.com, it's Political Trendy. Look us up. Facebook.com/FUS Grindcore for my band. I am Elliott Lindamood. We've been joined by Jim Thompson, Noah White, Arnie, and Eric have been in and out. And Mason and Erica aren't here. So I don't know why I'm introducing them as well. This is I actually didn't think we'd be able to do this episode 24 hours ago. I thought my computer was totally fucked. So I'm really happy to still be doing this episode.
The reason your computer sucks is because it's like $400 and it's a Toshiba running like 4 gigs of RAM.
It only
These are
has.
fat.
It is powered by 6 gophers.
Just about, yeah. Just pretty much, yeah. It did cost a lot, and it's not really worth the money, honestly. Unless $400 is not a lot for a computer, I have no fucking clue.
Just build one, dude.
I'm gonna invite Jim to my house, and we're gonna do that because I think
Build a laptop and build a desktop. Build a desktop.
Dude, Jim and Bishop knows about IT, and Jim's evil. So I think combined together with my evilness as well, we could do
We would
something.
be able to summon Satan through the Ethernet.
Yes. Why? I mean, that's priority number 1, dude.
Must summon Satan. Step 2, we don't know. Step 3, profit. Or just mass people burning in entertainment instantly. I don't know.
I think Noah's scared. He's only like 14.
Ah, that's beautiful age.
When you could still fuck 12-year-olds. Legally. Legally.
I did once.
Legally, of course.
I did once.
Because I had a little trouble last time. Damn judge. I am doing something very dorky right now.
Good.
And by dorky, I mean I'm looking at a die-cast replica of a motorcycle.
Ah, beautiful.
I'm a nerd, I know. I'm proud of it. I don't give a shit. I have a diecast car, plane, and tank collection.
What'd be interesting is to fucking jack a child's mind directly into the internet and flood them with the entirety of its content.
That'd be funny.
That would be an awesome movie / real life. Oh no,
Dude,
guys,
thanks for the free idea.
guys, we have a problem.
Why?
My monster is really far away, and I don't really want to reach.
You're gonna have to fucking reach then. Get off your damn lazy ass. It's a monster. It's not something as hard to do as looking things up on the internet.
Get your fat ass up, dude.
But I'm over here by my closet, and my monster's by my on my nightstand, and shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Sorry, Soulfly reference. I'll get up. I'll get up. Fucking, no one's on my side anymore, are they?
Everyone's on their own side. We're combating each other to the death. G.G. Allen style. With syringes and knives.
Deal. All right, because G.G. Allen is like my hero from when I was like 13 or 14 to now. And by the way, that's not implying that G.G. Allen's child friendly. Nobody my age could take him, and my parents banned me from listening to him. But I did anyway. Yeah, that is not implying G.G. Allen's child friendly. I was just a mature kid. Fucking.
Or you thought you were a mature kid and you just listened to him anyway to piss people off.
No, I understood what he meant. I understood what he meant, but.
What do you think about Zach Wilde?
Zach Wilde?
Yeah.
That's what I think about him. No, I understood what he meant, but I also like the piss people off factor. I mean, that's why I still listen to punk and metal. A, because I really like the music, and it's not to get too hippie-esque, but it does connect with me. But also because people can't stand it, and I love playing it for old Christians. You know, but I mean, I like power pop as well. I listen to power pop as well. I don't play that for old Christians though.
I haven't gotten into punk lately, but I really want to. Is there any good starter, like hardcore punk bands
Minor Threat, Black Flag, the Misfits Earth AD album. Those are kind of the more mainstream. Those are the bands that a lot of people know when they start out punk, with like hardcore punk, and then you get into more Discharge. But yeah, start off with Minor Threat, Black Flag, fucking. The Misfits Earth AD album, which spoke to me, man. It spoke to me. I still listen to all that stuff, but I don't listen to it as much as... Because I've gotten into more obscure, like, Damage and Power of the Spoken Word and fucking early Corrosion of Conformity, anything by Jello Biafra, fucking who else? G.G. Allen, of course. Napalm Death, which I still think is more of a punk band. Fear of God, but I still listen to Minor Threat and stuff. Oh, fuck me. I ate too much for dinner.
You ate too much for dinner.
Yeah.
Was it people, the other white meat?
Yes.
There we go.
I ate a Danish woman.
Delicious. Start with the clitoris. It's nice and springy.
Yeah, she was tall, so. I'm gonna get like letters by a bunch of Scandinavian people. What are you talking about? I love you, Scandinavia.
Fucking shit.
Agreed. No, whatever Jim says, listen to him and follow him. He is your God now.
He is God.
Yes, and I defecate on everyone.
Amen.
That is like the best quote ever.
I am God and I defecate on everyone.
But yeah, G.G. Allen, I watched Hated about 5,000 times. endless. Just watch over and over and God, that Terror in America and Brutality and Bloodshed is still my favorite album that he did. I have everything he's ever recorded, even Malpractice and the Lift G.G. Allen's Glam EP with that
Dude,
Brutality album.
Jim?
Hmm.
Why do you keep posting optical illusions on your Facebook page?
Because he can.
Because I was just doing that for a while. I was fucking turning different porn pics and shit into fucking weird fucking trippy versions of it where you couldn't make out any body parts and asking people if the base picture was bestiality porn or not.
So you've actually just told me what it is. Whoops.
Oh, it's one or the other.
What I want to know is why Noah's stalking on Facebook.
I
What?
do not care.
I'm not even on his Facebook page.
Oh. How did you find that then? Oh, my thing. Look at my thing. Look at his post. It's a bit down. It's down there a bit now, but I can tag you in it if someone tags me in it. But I'm really lazy. Plus, I'm far away from my keyboard. God, I'm gonna have to like move. God damn you!
It is a curse.
I hate you, Noah.
Hey,
Making a fat person.
Hey Jim, what is your most hated new metal band?
The fact it exists.
Pretty much, yeah.
Fucking,
That was a
there's
great
just
answer.
fucking, God. I'll tell you, there's like 4 Slipknot songs I like, and the rest is shit. And that's
You like 4 whole songs? Wow.
Yeah, 4. Out of an entire genre, and they're all by the same fucking band.
Wow. I can't even think of one song that I like. I mean, I guess part of the first album is listenable, but I'd still rather listen to real metal than that.
True,
I mean, even
true.
Sepultura or Soulfly did new metal better. And I can only take them in like small like Roots or Soulfly. I can only take them in small doses.
I could not fucking stand Soulfly. I was like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, well.
I mean, whenever people experimented with the groove and shit, it would work for certain bands, but they didn't go completely fucking out there and do that fucking whiny ass fucking bullshit. I mean, the only fucking whiny voice that fucking worked was fucking Mustaine. That was the only whiny voice I could stand.
Most of the time. I can't stand his voice. I like him on the first album. At P-Cells, The Conjuring, I couldn't even listen to that song. I was like, oh dear Lord, this guy's awful.
You're gonna hate me.
Dude, Tornado of Souls.
The really only whiny listener I can listen to is, and you guys are gonna hate me for this, but it's Chester Bennington.
Ugh.
The name doesn't even ring a bell. I don't know that name.
Linkin Park.
Stinking
Oh
fart.
God, Lincoln fucking vomit.
Stinking
I will
fart.
admit this. Tornado of Souls.
Fucking
I like the riff. Can't stand the guy's vocals on that song. And I've heard the vocal track without the music. Oh, it's unlistenable. This morning
Who
I
are you
made
talking
that
to?
call. They want that engine all. And if I wanted to cry, I was just like, oh, Dave, shut up. Shut up. Oh, God.
I just learned to like it, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
'Cause there was too much good shit I liked from Megadeth's old days, and then
Yeah.
I
will
mean,
say-
fucking the album that the first song that got me into metal, period, was fucking Sweating Bullets. So I have a certain nostalgic feel for Countdown, even though it's lower on the fucking totem pole than some of their other shit.
It's not that bad though. It's not. It's not quite Metallica. It's not quite Black Album-y. It's getting there.
What's your favorite Swans album?
The first one.
Swans.
Yeah, because that album speaks to me, man. But about Megadeth, really quickly, the problem, I mean, the thing about Megadeth is usually, and this is, usually for the first 4 or 5 albums, whatever I hate about his voice makes up for in the lyrics, and I agree his voice is, on Tornado of Souls, it is a bit much, but his voice can be tolerable. But at least the music is good enough that, like, okay, his voice annoys me, but, I mean, I'll admit he could play. He was the best thing Metallica ever had. I'll freely admit that. Dave Mustaine is the best thing Metallica ever had.
That sounds good to me.
And I was gonna say, if you don't agree, you can go masturbate with the hammer.
I mean, if he was still in the band and fucking Cliff was still alive, we might not have had the Black Album.
I never really. I mean, Cliff was good, but I always thought he was a guitarist or bassist who really, really, really wanted to play guitar. But he was good, so whatever. McGovney was a little more bassy, but he wasn't really special. I have him. He was in a band with Caton from Hyrax after Metallica, which is a really weird ass band. They did a hardcore punk cover, and Caton had like an Iron Maiden-y voice, so it sounded, gonna stick together, gonna stick together, gonna stick together. I was like, dude, this isn't working. I was like, because Hyrax used to be like a speed metal band, if you don't know who Hyrax, and they went like thrash metal and then almost hardcore punk, but the guy never changed his vocal style. He still had this Iron Maiden vocal style. So just imagine really intense hardcore punk with blast beats and with Bruce Dickinson singing. It doesn't work, does it?
No.
I hate fear. I'm just like, oh, God, Caden, I like you. You're a nice guy, and you seem awesome, but shut up.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it. I'm trying to play it through my head, and
yeah, it doesn't work. But I like Caden. He's a really nice guy, but he should have gotten some grit in his voice. Maybe smoke some pot, or I don't know, cigarettes, or
smoke cigarettes.
Now he finally has the voice for it, because of course he's older. So now he finally has some grit in his voice. But I always thought he should have stuck to speed metal or kind of NWO BHM, because you got to know what your voice is capable of. And you got to know what you're capable of.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can play another instrument, why not play a guitar in that thrash band that you wanted to play and sing in a speed metal band? I mean, I know I can't sing melodically, so I'm not going to try, because I suck.
See, I could do deep anymore, but I don't go like fucking too deep. I used to be able to pull off high-end vocals when I was younger, and that kind of went away.
I want to hear you do King Diamond.
I do not think I could pull that off anywhere near. I mean, I can scream high-pitched and shit, but doing so within some sort of musical consistency, I cannot really do anymore.
Yeah, I can't do it to begin with. That's why I'm a punk rocker. I think Noah just died.
Everyone is dead.
He got raped by a sledgehammer with a face on it.
Raped by a sledgehammer.
Slammy the sledgehammer. Hi, kids, I'm Slammy the sledgehammer. I'm going to rape your asshole.
That sounds like fun, raping the asshole with a fucking sledgehammer.
With the face on it.
You know, what I always wanted to do was fucking take a baseball bat and then get a giant concrete block and cement the top of the baseball bat into it. And then use that to swing at people. Cut it with some barbed wire.
Oh, caffeine makes me crazy. Oh yeah, I finally got up to my caffeine.
Good.
Forced me to be on lazy bastards.
Exactly.
Well, whatever. I'm gonna send Bishop to kick your ass.
You ever just look at someone and think, that's the reason I'm gonna go to jail? Feeling
Yes,
their
his name.
last breath escapes through my hand.
Yep.
Yes, I've attempted Eric's life on occasion, actually.
That's always fun, attempting people's lives.
Mainly because
Especially if they're friends.
Mainly because I don't know if you can call him my friend. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you could. Maybe I don't know. But
Yeah, I felt like that.
it was mainly because I was bored and because he was really annoying. So
I
I was
always
just like,
wanted to.
okay.
I never got around to because I couldn't really find the correct formula of lyrics and style and shit. I wanted to write a song entitled Murder is Art, but take it from the stance that, you really want to kill your friend, but not because you want him dead. You don't want him dead. You want to just kill him because you think the way that he would die would be, like, artistic looking.
That's awesome.
And one of the lines I wanted to throw in there was, just because I want to kill you doesn't mean I want you dead.
Yeah.
I would be indifferent if Eric died. Well, actually, no. If Eric died, I wouldn't have anyone spamming me in the middle of the night with like random YouTube videos of Kiss. So, good. Die.
I think the statement I made about Kiss is going to piss off my friend if he watches this. He's also big into Kiss, but he also likes Gwar. So it's just going to piss him off more that I said Gwar is better than Kiss.
Hey, Jim's friend. Gwar is much better than Kiss, and you suck.
I usually keep names of the living out of the things I say because there's a lot of criminal activities I bring up the past, and I don't want to fucking ruin their jobs and livelihood just because they got associated with something that they did when they were a kid.
Let's call him Anal Dildoton. Hey, Anal.
Call him
You
the
suck.
Spider Prince. There we go.
Spider Prince. Okay, that's who's the Spider King then?
I don't know.
I wonder who the Spider Queen is actually. Spider Archduke.
He'd probably fuck the Spider Queen and fucking have a bunch of fucking hybrid spider humans.
Yeah, I don't get
like
about
Lilith. Fucking Drider.
royal family is that the Queen's husband is Prince Philip. The Queen's husband is a prince. I thought the Queen's husband was the king.
No, that's not how it works because the hierarchy of the country is the direct bloodline. The oldest member of the direct bloodline is the ruler. Ergo, they are king or queen. Now, those that marry into the family are not blood related. Ergo, they cannot be part of the fucking hierarchy. Hence, they have titles like, fucking
Archduke.
Prince and all. Yeah, Archduke, Prince and shit that marry in. They maintain that certain title, and if they're fucking coming from the poor class, it's automatically Prince or Princess,
Okay. Thank you for because I didn't get it because I know about history, but I don't know about that. I thought you were gonna say, well, they don't have any powers, so who cares?
No, it's fucking. You just gotta fucking know a little bit about fucking old school feudal politics from back in the fucking medieval ages.
See, I wasn't interested in history till I was in 8th grade, and 7th grade was when we did feudal, so I kind of missed that, unfortunately.
That was some really interesting and brutal shit there, man. You
Oh,
missed
of
out on
course.
some good wars.
Well, they didn't cover that. It was all just like I remember one guy. I think the barons and the serfs had a good relationship, and later on I learned that the barons would hire knights, and the knights would just like murder the serfs for fun, and the barons wouldn't do a damn thing about it. So I was like, yeah, yeah, they had a great relationship.
Well, that was only some of them. Others just used them as fucking bullies to fucking get the taxes. But yet there was a code of chivalry that the knights were supposed to follow, and it's knights' code. They'd still run around and rape and fucking pillage and burn things. All these things that were totally against the code, they'd still do it.
Every time I hear about the White Knight, I'm just thinking, I don't think there were many knights that were like that, actually. Most knights I've heard of were brutish and, pretty awesome to hang around, actually.
I mean, you get your once in a while person that's stuck to the O's, but they usually end up dying in battle because the O's were pretty fucking restrictive.
Yep.
The ones who survived were the ones that were fucking morally ambiguous.
Welcome to history class. I love history. I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying it's cool that I
No, I'm
love
not.
history.
Right.
I was reading about Revolutionary War submarines. That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had
Yeah.
submarines in Revolutionary War times.
Oh, they'd go under the water and then bob up. They were more or less reconnaissance vessels, but occasionally they'd pop up and fucking start burning a ship, then go back in and sink.
Mm-hmm.
Buoyancy was always a problem. A lot of them sank.
I love engineering. I love reading about the invention of things and how things work. And I'm not big on electronics because I don't understand them. But submarines and aerodynamics and hydrodynamics, I love reading about in cars. That's what got me into
all
history.
because you fucking learn them. That's all because you're fucking a car junkie. That's how you got into cars. You got to know a little bit about aerodynamics in order to understand design. Here we go. You'll get into the fucking aeronautics and fucking other shit that operates off a similar principle.
Yeah, and how they work, like getting into cars and then getting into. I was always fascinated by construction equipment at a young age, because who doesn't love a good bulldozer? So I started getting into things like I watched a documentary the other day on how a crane is built. Like a massive, one of those massive cranes for like skyscrapers. It is an amazing thing.
I mean, if you sit there and start talking cars and start talking about dual Hemi, this kind of fucking crazy shit, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about, but you start talking stuff like drag coefficient and fucking the fucking gear differentials and shit, the actual stuff that requires a bit of math, I kind of perk up because I understand a little bit about it. But this other shit where you just use a bunch of terms, it's like, I don't know what the fuck.
Huh. Yeah, well, yeah, sorry, someone came in and I was like, get out. Yeah, I understand what you mean. And then also, like, I got into, like, thanks to Jeremy Clarkson, I got into a show called Inventions, what was it called? Inventions That Changed the World, or whatever it was called. Yeah, Inventions. And they're talking about how they developed the computer and the television and the telephone. And I got interested in that. So now one of the shows that I love was Modern Marvels Engineering Disasters.
Because you get to learn I haven't seen that version yet. I want to see that.
Because it's on, well, I don't know where it's on. If you could find it, link it to me. I haven't seen it in years.
It used to be fucking History, but now History Channel is nothing but modern day reality TV.
Yep. Modern Marvel Engineering Disasters. Not only get to see stuff blown up, but you get to hear how it blew up, why it blew up, and they explain what they did to I'm not much for these. I saw a train crash video. It was narrated by the guy who does America's Wildest Police videos. And it was, this man is watching a train. This man is sitting outside. And I was like, I don't want to see that. I want to see this man is sitting outside when a train comes. Now, why did it crash? It crashed because the this thing right here was buckling and blah blah blah. I don't mean I want to hear a 5-hour lecture on how how the line broke, but I want some meat on the bone. I want to hear why it crashed.
Yeah, it's always fun there.
And also the outcome of the people. See if how many people died and how many survived. Because sometimes I'm like, hear about crashes and I'm like, how did anyone survive that?
2 people survived. Originally there was 5 survivors, but they had to eat 3 of them.
But I'm like I know there's one plane crash, and they're like, nobody died. And I was like, how the hell did that happen? Because that was like a pretty vicious plane crash. I was like, wow, that's impressive. Or when 200 people died, I'm like, wow, just like that, just boom. But yeah, I like hearing about how things happen, and I've always kind of liked education, but not like boring, like sit in school education. I always wanted to learn, but also be entertained.
See, what I like about history is looking up the fucking cause and effect of shit and then attempting to correlate it to see which parts of it are being repeated in modern day.
Yep,
hmm
that's why I failed history class because I would always do that instead of just tell me what the date was. I'm like, I don't care about that. I don't know what the date. I don't
I
remember what
don't
the
give a
date
shit
was.
about the names and places. I want to know what the fuck happened and why.
Yeah, and then, yeah, and you could definitely find some correlate. Oh, it's like that. What happened in? Yeah, I completely agree. But also the reason why I also failed history class is because I hate tests. Like I could answer questions if you ask them to me, but if you want me to sit down with the paper and read it and write it, I will get bored and start thinking about sledgehammers and chainsaw launchers.
Well, you see, with me, I fucking would sleep through every class and ace every test in high school. Mostly because I took every single class years beforehand, but because they thought everyone that comes from the fucking partial program, which is where I went after the loony bin, was fucking retarded. Guess what? They fucking gave me all the fucking dumbed down classes where I already knew everything.
I remember it was the opposite of what happened. I went to not to get like overly personal or I was no it was weird because when I went to a all blind school when I was in first and second grade. Think about all blind kids schools is a lot of the kids have
Did they
other
convince you were white?
a lot of that is funny. A lot of blind people also have other mental disabilities. So the I would say we were learning kindergarten stuff in second grade. Okay, and
Ah,
I was getting
fuck.
all A's because I didn't have anything.
At least
For,
average intelligence. I could tell that much. I've heard some things where you're above average, mostly with the fucking music department, because you fucking go all audiophile.
well, you haven't heard me talk about racing yet. When you talk about racing, you'll be like, "Wow, this guy's super genius." But so I go into second grade and I'm like, "What the hell?" And I picked up on it really fast. But for the first like 2 weeks, I was the dumb kid because I wasn't allowed to learn. I mean, we were discouraged from learning above what the slower kids were learning.
Uh, my fucking LD English teacher was actually really good about the thing because she fucking realized I was so, like, first day class, she gave me a vocabulary test just to see where I was, and I fucking aced that. So she gave me her intermediate one, and I aced that. Then she gave me the one that was for fucking, the normal students. I aced that. She gave me one for fucking college prep, and that's where I fucking did half-half. And she's like, okay, so she had two separate lists, one for her fucking complete idiots and the one for her fucking, they're almost, up to par. She had to fucking get fucking words from the college books for me. So I had my own separate list there. On top of that, I was doing college prep fucking English assignments. And then I was the only one in the class that did those because everyone else is in the fucking stupid books. And then on top of that, I had to help her tutor students in classes I hadn't taken yet. Well, I supposedly hadn't taken yet. I'd taken them years before, except for
Yeah.
American political behavior, but that was a different story. I actually paid attention to all the shit I was tutoring people in there because I wanted to know how to destroy the government.
Nice. I remember if I had done the work, I could have been in honors English easily because I was the only one who understood Animal Farm. I was the only one who understood Vonnegut's books. I was the only one who understood why racism exists in certain books and why it is not something to be like. I mean, yeah, you can say, "Oh, yeah, by the way, this book's a little bit racist," but it's not something to hide from your children that this author was a little bit racist. That was product of the time, and so I understood all that, and none of the other kids did. So I could have taken honors English, except for I was too busy looking up music and racing, and I didn't actually do any of the work.
See, I fucking found myself hitting up a fucking dry well because I like anime, okay? And
Hmm?
I'm trying to look up these different reviewers, see what's good out there. And I hear some of their reviews, and it's like they do not get subtlety at all. They need things directly spelled out for them. Like, what the fuck? And then if
That's
like you needed, and if a series was actually intended for true nerds, as in you had to be well read in 6 or 7 different subjects in
yep.
order to comprehend what the fuck's going on here, along with there actually being subtlety here, there, everywhere. It's like fucking one of the shows that was on Ghost in the Shell,
Hmm.
because a lot of their shit with the character development and stuff was done subtly. This one guy was like, "Oh, I just didn't get it," all because it just wasn't directly spelled out for him.
If I could read subtitles, I think I would be a great anime fan. Because I remember when I stopped explaining to people. I was trying to explain a Vonnegut book to someone who didn't get it, and finally I just stopped mid-conversation, just turned away, and they're like, "What is it?" I'm like, "You know what? You're not understanding it. I'm wasting my breath. I'm sorry. No." I was trying to explain it, and finally I was like, "You know what? They're not getting it." And the best part of Vonnegut is not having it explained to you. The best part is reading it. The best part of a book is reading it, not having someone, okay, this book is about imperialist Japan during World War II. If you have someone explain to you, why, I don't know, fucking, it just pisses me. I don't know.
You see, the one thing I always fucking get pissed off at is whenever I hear fucking a bunch of these atheists go off on various religious texts, not taking the time to imagine that this great invisible overlord may exist. You know, just use your imagination for that part. And then start dissecting it, you know, instead of just trying to take everything 100% literal with fucking everything.
Yeah, that's how I approach it. I mean, okay, I'll explain an author, maybe his or her writing style to someone who doesn't understand, who is new. But I'm not going to explain what the book's about. You have to figure that out on your own. And if you can figure it out, because I didn't have it explained to me, I didn't have anything explained to me. I read it and figured it out on my own. It was practically teaching the class about why Animal Farm represented the communists in World War II and Russia in World War II, and how this guy represented this and this represented that. And I was basically teaching the class, and the teacher just kind of let me have my head. Um, or To Kill a Mockingbird, I was telling the class how this is about this, and I remember finally just being like, you know what, the teacher gets it, I think, and I get it. Nobody else is. Maybe one other person got it. Everyone else wanted to get out of the class and go to their thing. Whereas, I mean, yeah, I didn't really like school, but I loved English because you got to read some interesting books.
I fucking loved the learning experience. I just didn't care for all the other extra bullshit, mostly provided by fellow students. And the administration. I fucking hated the administration. Loathed
Oh,
it.
they'll never beat up a blind kid. Oh no, they have to. No, they did. I always like that whenever I talk about this. But you had an easy life at school because you were blind. I was like, oh shit. Maybe not in high
Bullshit.
school. Maybe not in high school because in high school everyone had kind of chilled a little bit. But in middle school, I was the freak with the weird music. I was the freak with the weird music who comes to school and like I wore a Misfits Devil Lock once. I had green hair once, and I was listening to Burzum and Cannibal Corpse and all these bands, and I was the kid who would talk about misanthropy and politics and how I wanted the world to end. I was the crazy kid who in 6th grade said, "I don't believe in God," and
Wow.
I thought that was a foregone conclusion. I thought that was a well, of course people aren't gonna. I mean, yeah, and if I'm not talking about all deistic or whatever. What I thought it was a foregone conclusion that most people would kind of abandon the Christian faith because they'd see it for what it really was. And I got like they treated me like I had 5 heads. It was like, what, you don't believe in God? I was like, no. You didn't come to the same conclusion I did. I mean, I wasn't trying to brag. I was 11. I thought
I
it was
still
just
haven't
logical.
come to that same conclusion. I don't think I ever will, but
No, but
the whole thing is I actually respect the viewpoint because I see so much fucking bullshit within, the way different religious structures are. It's a fucking huge fucking political circle jerk.
well, plus you're more deistic, maybe.
Well, I'm definitely theistic, okay? I believe there's definitely something and it is active, but it operates on a level that is completely alien to what we can imagine.
Yeah, and that I can respect, and if I believed in any, I could get into that or whatever. I respect that, and that's cool. And but whenever I would even well, if there is a God, I don't think he's anything like what you think. What are you talking about? No, he's like us, only better. I'm just like, okay,
Man creates God in his own image.
that's what my dad said. Holy shit, that scares me. That's scary. Yeah, I mean, if there are any higher powers, they're not like any anything anyone can imagine or can fathom. Maybe they just created us and left us. Who knows?
Or like I say, they are active in, doing different things here and there, but they operate on such an alien mindset that there's no fucking possible way with our current mentality, even now with our understanding of the universe and everything, that we could even remotely comprehend it.
Yeah, and when I say I was shocked people, I'm not saying everyone has to come to the same conclusion and believe everything I believe, but I thought at least more people would start questioning what they've been taught, and more people would start kind of.
People are fucking sheep.
Well, you have to remember I was 11. Okay, I was 11 and idealistic, and I thought, because I just kind of took an example, I just looked at it and went, yeah, I don't think I believe, I don't call myself an atheist because my name is Ellindamood and I'm Ellindamood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought I was like, oh, people, grow up and I thought God was like Santa Claus. I thought, I thought they were just
Perfectly
morality
legit
stories.
reasoning there. And
What
the whole
happened?
thing is, it's a fucking unfalsifiable fucking hypothesis, deity. There is no way for us to falsify it because we lack the concept of how to do so. If one exists, and if one doesn't exist, then how the hell do you disprove fiction people believe in?
Yep. I mean, because I thought I don't want to say a deity because I get where you're coming from, but I'll say a god, a god of the Christian, Jewish, Islamic, or whatever fucking sect. I thought it was like Santa Claus. I thought it was things they taught you when you were young, and then when you were older, it never existed after all. Okay, cool. And then turned to find out. I mean, when I was 11, I thought, like I said, I thought more people would be questioning. Turned to find out that I was the weirdo atheist guy. So I was a weirdo atheist guy who listened to devil music and had long hair, sometimes green, sometimes a devil lock.
See, whenever you're talking about the big three religions, just to give you something to speed things up, just call it the Abrahamic religions, because they're all descendant from the beliefs of Abraham, if such a person existed.
I was thinking
Just
about
had a brain fart.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know Bishop's more of a pantheist, and I know a lot of people, but I'd rather talk to someone. I mean, and to tell you the truth, I'd rather talk to someone with beliefs like that than a lot of atheists, because a lot of atheists are kind of stick up the ass, fundamentalists.
For the longest time, I kept bumping into fucking atheists who ran it like it was a religion.
Yep.
I thought atheism was a religion until I started actually bumping into the atheists that were just like, who gives a shit?
I will bring up the subject and I will talk about it, but I will hear all sides. I mean, I don't come to force my beliefs on anyone, except for, worship the cult of Jim, duh.
Yes, go forth, kill for me.
Yes.
Make it entertaining so I see it on Channel 6.
Channel 5 here, actually. Channel 6 is like
Well,
QVC.
if I'm not anywhere near cable, Channel 4 is usually what comes in best. So,
Yeah, true.
shoot for that.
Channel 6 is like QVC or something. If you were to see it on Channel 6, that'd be really awesome. But QVC,
QVC's covering the news. That'd be fucking. That's when you know you're in shit. I think the only time they did something like that was 9/11.
do you remember I've seen this where you know those fake those like swords, the really cheaply made swords they advertise. You get stoned enough and you think about buying them and you watch them for hours on end and think about buying swords, or was that just me? But one guy I was watching and he was like swinging the swords around and actually cut himself. I was watching, he's like, ah! Oh, I loved it. Oh, I used to get stoned and just watch the Home Shopping Network, and whatever they had, I wanted it.
How do you know he actually cut himself and wasn't acting?
Because I read in the thing that he actually did go to the hospital.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have to be the asshole to ask these things, you know.
No, I know, and that's why I respect you for it. but yeah, I paid for that shit. But yeah, I don't come to convert anyone to any beliefs, but I say my piece, and I like to hear sides, and I do enjoy debating people. I enjoy not to convince them maybe, but just to hear what they have to say. And let's face it, a lot of religious people need their beliefs challenged.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. They fucking need to question it constantly and then fucking figure out what the fucking answer is.
But things
and if
like
they still stick around for whatever the hell they're into, fine dandy, you know.
Yep.
But they have to come to that conclusion on their own instead of fucking being herded into it.
But things like your theistic kind of beliefs, I don't really have an argument for because I don't really see anything wrong with that. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Or, you know, I also get along with Satanists really well for some reason. I don't, believe what they believe, but for some reason we just click.
Well, that's because they're all fucking into fucking personal, fucking what the hell am I trying to say? Fucking words not working.
I know, and you make fun of me for that all the time.
Personal growth. They're into introspection as well.
Yep, they usually make fun of me for being a liberal. Here comes Mr. Pinko Kami, and I was like, yeah, that's me, whatever. See, I can take those jokes. I'm fine with being made fun of for my liberal beliefs. I'm fine with that. Laugh at me if you want. I don't give a shit.
I mean, fuck, you're not alive unless people make fun of you.
Yeah.
And the people that have the most creative insults are usually your friends.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have ultra right wing friends because like I said, the ultra right wing people here are dumb as a box of rocks. But I do have some right wing people who like and I'm pretty left, I have to admit. But people are like, oh, look at except I don't eat. I do eat meat, and But people are like, oh, look, here's the Pinko Kami. I was like, yeah, that's me.
Well, fucking the major trend with the left right now is fucking hug boxes and making everyone feel safe with safe spaces and trigger warnings just to make certain people don't read things that might offend them and maybe possibly even challenge them. Oh, you can't have challenges.
See, I like what one guy said about that. He said that's not what the left is for him. Left for him is the opposite, challenging people to think differently and challenging people to maybe even be offended if they need, because a lot of people need to be offended. I think those people are just nutso, and there's a lot from the right too. There's a lot of people who can't.
The fucking right usually retreats into religion whenever it goes that direction, and it's a bit easier to combat because it has a solid structure. You know where the fuck it's coming from, and you know the history and track record with it. Whenever it comes from the fucking far left fucking whack jobs, it's always about whatever the fuck's trending right now.
Yep, and I consider myself About a 5 on the left, maybe 6. I don't know. I'm not like a 10. I don't think we should kill people for. But I always tell people who are interested in politics, or maybe even who are interested in atheists, just because someone's left wing doesn't mean they're right. Just because someone's an atheist, I mean, Ayn Rand was an atheist. You know.
See, the one thing whenever I was fucking fresh in the metal community, the thing that really drug me to it was the war of ideas.
Yeah.
You just fucking start slaughtering each other with your fucking speeches and ideas and see what the hell's bullshit, what's not, and try to get at reality and what really works.
But I remember whenever an atheist shot a Muslim or something, and my atheist community friends, I'm shocked that an atheist would do such a thing. I'm like, look, just because they're an atheist doesn't mean they're you, okay? Or, you know, just because they're right, just because, like I said, I call myself a liberal, even a feminist. But that doesn't mean I agree with anything these people are saying. It just means that we share a couple general beliefs, but we disagree on about a billion other things. Or if we do agree, if we do agree on some things, the way they seek solutions are completely insane. It's kind of like Alex Jones. Whenever he's actually right on about something, it's the most insanest reason that he's right. He's not right because he's logical. He's right because yes, FEMA did build camps, but not for the reasons he's thinking about.
Yeah, and like they're a fucking wash job failure, but not because it's a part of a giant government conspiracy. It's because it's run by fucking idiots.
Well, I don't know if it was a conspiracy because it was pretty public. The attempts to turn FEMA into a martial law. That's what I love about Alex Jones. He thinks it's a conspiracy. I'm like, dude, they admitted they wanted to turn FEMA into a martial law administration or organization. Who was it? Oliver North even pretty much said it himself. So if it was a conspiracy, why would he say it out loud? You know,
well, the thing with fucking turning to martial law, you gotta consider what they're supposed to clean up. You know, fucking major disaster areas, that's what they're supposed to be cleaning up. In those major disaster areas, there's gonna be fucking a lot of chaos, a lot of fucking looting, you know, and a fucking martial law would make sense in those areas. Even though I fucking loathe the shit to hell, it is a logical conclusion.
I know one thing FEMA planned, and once again, this was public. It was. I'm not sure if it was public at the outset, but at least it was leaked publicly. And it was they wanted to take FEMA, and if not turn it into, then redirect it to arrest people for if anyone protested invasion of Nicaragua. This happened, but once again, it was public. It wasn't. You know, there wasn't some shadowy government cabal. This was outlined in a public government thing, and people got pretty steamed about that, and it didn't happen. But like I said, if that was a conspiracy, why was it announced out loud? Why aren't we just finding this out now? That's what I never got about, you know. But yeah, as I said, whenever I'm introducing people to even the punk rock metal community, just because they're a metalhead doesn't mean you're gonna agree with them on anything, or doesn't mean you're even gonna like them. Sometimes I don't like some metalheads. I don't like some atheists. I don't like a lot of left-wing people. But yet there's also people I really do like in all three of those communities. You know, I treat people as individuals, not as communities. I don't treat, you know, these are my people because they believe what I believe. No.
God, that's the fucking kind of like open acceptance hug box fucking mentality that just says, I read fucking this a couple articles fucking that were saying that, you know, metalheads pride themselves on being the most accepting and tolerant of everyone. No, they don't. They fucking reject so much shit. You're confusing apathy with acceptance.
Yeah, have you ever read Metal Archives reviews? Have they ever read reviews of Load or Reload or fucking Swan Song or fucking Elliott?
For the longest time, I fucking avoided metal media like the plague because they kept pushing garbage that made absolutely no sense. And it's only just recently, thanks to the fucking Metalgate thing, that I started coming in contact with people that have discriminating tastes. And I can actually start filtering through some of this shit using these sites instead of getting inundated with fucking indie rock being metal and fucking rap being metal. Not even a rap metal hybrid. No, it's just flat out rap, but we're calling it metal because we are including everything now.
I wouldn't say discriminating tastes, except for if it's good, I like it, because I like a lot of weird stuff. But yeah, like Loudwire, Metal Injection, Metal Sucks. They're good for knowing what's kind of happening, but if I actually want real like music, the Gore Report, that's a really good one. There was one called Brutal Underground, but I think the guy stopped updating, which is
There's
a
Death Metal Org. I got into that one.
Decibel's pretty
Old
good.
disgruntled bastard. I
That's
fucking
you.
abandoned Decibel.
Oh, really?
I
Well, how
fucking
come?
they just wrote too many fucking bullshit articles, and I was like, fuck you.
I like Albert
The,
Mudrian, though. He's nice.
the only time I fucking read them is whenever they're fucking writing something so bullshit that someone had to share it in the fucking Metalgate group, and I'm like, fuck this shit again.
I generally stay away from things and just basically concentrate on like record reviews or whatever, because whatever, or news about which band's touring. Um, Loudwire's retarded. It's not even a metal thing. It's more of rock, but it's retarded on so many levels.
There's another site I just recently was introduced to called Metal Rules. They're a bit more on the positive side. They try to keep things, positive, but they just simply 99% of the time they will not review something if it sucks. They'll just fucking ship the album back to whoever sent it to them and say fuck off, and then not mention anything about it in their fucking articles. They'll
A
just
lot of
fucking promote what sounds
punk.
good to them.
I mean, I have a problem with a lot of punk sites too because they review like pop punk and pop music, and I'm like, I don't want this. I want what's new on the hardcore punk circuit. What's new on the grindcore circuit. So I have to deal with that. And I drove Red Bull out of the grindcore scene pretty much. I got so many people pissed off at Red Bull that I think they boycotted the grindcore scene. I did that, and I'm taking credit for it.
That'd be good if there's actual credible proof you did that.
Oh, there is. You just gotta look it up online. Because I didn't like. See, okay, here's my thing. Death metal is a little more not corporate, but it's a little more accepting to bands, or thrash metal is a little more accepting to bands who will sign to major labels and be sponsor shills. But stay out of my punk, okay? If you're a sponsor, stay out of my punk. You can go in metal, and I don't care because metal's not really that political.
Well,
Let's
this
be
is kind
honest.
of where I get pissed off. I will accept people that get signed to major labels, but they have to
Yeah,
have a certain legacy behind them for me
yeah,
to accept them getting.
definitely.
Because then, to me, it's they earned the big bucks. Let them have it,
Yeah, but if they just change their sound to whatever's trendy at the time,
And
or
get signed.
whatever,
Fuck that shit. I'm not part of that circle jerk. I'll fucking burn your face
or
off.
or if they did get signed, and then what do you know? The next album is, smooth hard rock, like the Butthole Surfers. As soon as they
Oh,
got signed to a
fucking.
major,
You see, at the time I got into metal, the Black Album was out, and that was what I originally got into. But it was only a matter of like 3 months for me to go from that to like fucking Cannibal Corpse, Morbid
nice.
Angel, fucking a bunch of underground bands I can't even fucking remember because I saw them at the fucking station number 8 fucking volunteer fire department fucking moshing, fucking getting into fucking huge fucking political arguments with people that fucking were far more intelligent about it than me and fucking kicked me into the ground calling me a poser. That was fucking awesome.
If I hear Inner Sandman one more time, I'm gonna rape a whale.
What?
I would like to film this rape of a whale.
Well, play Inner Sandman for me one more
Wait,
time.
what would you say?
I said if I hear the song Enter Sandman one more time, I'm going to rape a whale.
That'd be nice. I'll record it for you.
No, Jim's going to.
We'll both
Well, we
record it.
need 2 cameras, man. That way we got multiple
Yeah.
angles, and we do some, film editing here and there, and that way we get the money
You
shot.
could stick a GoPro up its like pussy or something.
It's probably big enough.
Well, GoPro's really small. You could probably lose it in there actually.
Well, we'd have to keep it on a giant rope then.
Yeah. Or a Replay XD or whatever the new trendy. Nobody talks about GoPro anymore. GoPro used to be like the big thing. You see it advertised everywhere. No, nobody talks about it.
No, I always talk about setting people on fire. That's my trend. It always has been.
But yeah, I'm. What the fuck was I gonna say? Yeah, I've never been one for bands designed to make, and of course, major labels won't touch some of the bands I like grindcore bands or bands like that, because let's face it, they're too extreme for the majors. They're too extreme for, you know, the average teenage punk metalhead or whatever, or punk or whatever the fuck the grindcore is anymore. I don't know. So, but yeah, Red Bull sponsoring grindcore. I was like, yeah, I don't like this. Get out. So I rallied people and they left. I can't kick Scion out though. I'm taking on Scion now.
Good luck. Fucking the fucking major fucking thing that goes on is they try to fucking make everything watered down for fucking mass appeal, so that way they can make major money, not realizing that fucking watering things down for mass appeal is what's driving the fans away from the more extreme music.
The thing about Scion is they're trying to promote a lot of like heavy bands, but they don't know how to promote heavy bands. Like they're trying to promote Wormrot, which is a really heavy grind band, like classic grind, but they don't know how to promote that stuff. They have no idea how to promote her and how niche the market really is. So I'm like, that's cool, but could you guys leave so we can like put some real people in charge of promotion? And yeah, I agree. I mean, every time Scott tries to talk about metal and mainstream, and I'm not saying this to me and Scott. I'd say this if he was here. I always mention, well, mainstream could suck it. What about the underground?
Mm-hmm. He's a new fag, so
I know.
He's got to fucking learn that the underground exists for the reason to reject the mainstream and just do its own thing.
Without the mainstream, the underground would do its.
And I'm trying to explain to him the concept of the Funderground with an F, which is where it's pretty much where you got these people just earning their underground chops, but they're fucking really trying to be mainstream.
Like every metalcore band you look at, you watch the friggin' Whiskey, and they're talking about how underground they are, but they play the same music that is big or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't even know who the hell you're talking about, but the concept itself is what I'm familiar with.
But you see all these local bands who talk about how great the metal underground is, but they play the same music that's big. They play the same music that's big, and they
emulate one single band's style that was big, from the classical era, and they just don't try to expand on it. They just completely rip off riffs in their fucking entirety.
Not even
that
the classical
sound
era.
is very valid for that.
Not even classical era, dude. We're talking about like modern day, like metalcore bands, like As They Lay Dying. There's a bunch of As They Lay Dying clone bands, not cover bands, but they might as well be around here. I know, I've seen them. And they talk about how great the metal underground scene is. But okay, dude, you made your point. You've made your point. Yeah, I got it. I agree. Bruce Dickinson's son's in one of those bands, which is weird. Are you actually farting, or is that just a chair? Because if something like that came out of you, I'd be quite worried, actually. If we wanted to call the hospital or something.
See, I fucking let him go, but that's because I don't care. I'm not trying to show off. But sometimes, yes, it is done for a statement.
Oh, those were real? I thought those were just... I thought that was just your chair. I think someone should call the hospital. I think he just... I think his ass just caved
Keep
in.
going, and eventually, you'll get a shit.
Keep going. Oh, I want to shit live on PTR.
Oh God. It's like one of the fucking discussions I had, just going back to what we were talking about, is that apparently the underground hasn't fucking done a good enough job hiding itself with all these fucking poser-ass bands trying to sneak in.
Okay.
I mean, you got people... I fucking forget the name of it right now just because it fucking sickened me. But it was like fucking... People are celebrating it as happy-sounding black metal.
Huh?
Cheerful black metal.
Black metal can sound a bit triumphant sometimes, but it can never sound happy.
Yeah, I know. I'm just starting to wet my feet with fucking black metal, and I know it's not supposed to sound like fucking Savage Garden with trembler picking.
It could sound a bit triumphant sometimes, like it could sound like you're conquering the world or slaying a beast, but it can never sound like Sunshine and Rose Petals. Because,
and that's what these people are fucking trying to push as black metal. Is Sunshine and Rose Petals.
Black metal shoegaze hybrid.
AKA Death Heaven.
That's probably it.
No, that's not the name of the band. It was something else.
That's one of the bands that fucking I remember that name. That's one I fucking took a giant shit on in one of my podcasts on Metalgate.
And there was someone else too.
They're not bad actually.
Like Alsace or something, or
I couldn't stand it. It was like way too fucking cheery and happy, and it just sounded way too fucking commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know them. I mean, I'll like a band that sounds commercial if I like them, but yeah, that band just never really.
I mean, there's corporate rock I do like, but then I'm very fucking picky. My tastes are eclectic, but I do discriminate about a bunch of shit. I don't fucking.
Oh yeah, me too, definitely. I mean, I love bands like the Runaways. It's stupid, but it works. At least the first album worked for me. And no, we're not talking about fucking Cherry Bomb. I hate that fucking song so much. Because you hear it all the time. I hate bands that have one song that gets played on the radio that I like. And there's a couple of them. Bands that get one song played on the radio. And that's the only song they know. And I'm just like, what about this song? Like Iron Maiden has like one song, two songs, maybe. Black Sabbath has two songs. 3 if you can actually get someone to play the whole 8-minute War Pigs. I'm just like, what about the other song? I mean, it's come to the point where I can't stand to hear Run to the Hills. If I hear Run to the Hills one more time, and it's not a bad song, it's just I've heard it so many times. Or Run to the
fucking just don't listen to the radio because 90% of it's trying to push crap that just sounds like 100% shit to me, so...
I have no choice in the car. Unfortunately, in the car, I don't have control over that because I don't drive, so...
All you really got to do is just put on Pandora.
Fuck Pandora. No, Pandora's the same as the radio. The sooner people understand why I hate internet streaming, because you listen to an Iron Maiden station, it's just gonna play the same, fucking known songs. You play Metallica, it's just gonna play the same known songs. They're not gonna play No Life Till Leather. They're not gonna play some. They're gonna play Sad But True. I'm tired of it. That's why I like my iPod. My iPod plays whatever it wants to play. Fuck Pandora.
There was this one time where I ate a bunch of acid, and we were sitting there and we were fucking listening to the CD changer on random, and it switched. I forget which order it was in, but there was one where one of the first songs was Cannibal Corpse, and then the next one was It's a Wonderful Life. No, It's a Wonderful World. Sorry.
Yeah.
And it's like fucking, and I was tripping so hard I could have sworn I heard It's a Wonderful World in fucking death metal voicing and shit. And then I come on to find this one guy online that fucking does
Yes,
his
I
mashups.
was about to say.
And like I heard that, I'm like, dude, that is my fucking hallucination. How the hell did you rip that from my brain 20 years ago?
That was a dumb laugh. Yeah, I was about to say they have that now. Yeah, I heard it. He also did Angel of Death Radio Disney version.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that fucking one of the members of the band was fucking actually laughing their ass off at it.
I heard the version and I said, this is Dragon Force. Has anyone heard Dragon Force? Well, okay, old Dragon Force. Now they've kind of changed, but old Dragon Force was like really fast beats with like power metal kind of soaring choruses, and it was fun for about a song. But the problem is every song sounded the same. So you listen to 9 songs, that basically 8 songs sound the same, and the slow one that basically just sounds like the fast song but slowed down. And you're just like, that was fun the first time. The 6th time I've heard the same song, I'm kind of bored. It was just like, okay, a little variety, please. Bloodbath's Eden Radio Disney version is a very good song. Fuck, I think I'm drunk. I didn't even drink. Me. Sorry, I'm losing my fucking mind.
Oh God.
I'm gonna start sounding like you high on codeine. That was an awesome fucking show.
Oh God, I don't even remember half of it because I was too fucking whacked out on my skull too.
I remember you started talking all fucking slow.
That's probably the drugs talking, yeah.
Definitely. You were like all chainsaw launchers and death cannons raping chihuahuas.
I said raping chihuahuas?
No.
I was about to say, that sounds like something I would say.
Oh. Maybe you did, I don't remember. I wasn't there for all of it, thanks to Scott fucking up his computer and me like, oh, you're on again? I have to restart my computer.
Yeah. Fuck, everyone's coming across that these days. Gotta set the fucking everything on fire, that's why we need the Wiccan. Nah, fuck the Wiccan, we need the fucking satanic cult to sacrifice people to clear up those damn computer viruses.
Alright, I'll go email Jinx Dawson. She's actually, like, she was, like, before Black Sabbath, but she's still into, like, left-hand path shit.
Cool.
She's like what Black Sabbath could have been. I mean, her music was a little less metal, like a little more like psychedelic rock, which is still pretty cool, but her lyrics were totally satanic. And Black Sabbath was never, I love Black Sabbath, but they were never satanic. But yeah, she's still into left-hand path. I don't know, I respect people who are into left-hand path shit. I don't know, I think it's the 12-year-old in me who was still, when I heard that like black metal people actually worship Satan, I was a mixture of like, even though I was pretty much now not atheist, I was like, you mean you actually worship Satan? Because I still had that bullshit kind of Christian, not subconscious obviously, that Satan was evil. And once I got over that, but I was also kind of odd too. I was like shocked, but I was also kind of like, that's really cool. And
I mean, I've fucking talked to like bunch of different fucking Satanists from different sects. I mean, you got your fucking sect that, literally says whenever you associate with a Satanist, you risk your life.
Yeah.
And they can try to go all balls hardcore that way, and it's just interesting to see it taken to that, them attempting to take it to that extreme. And half the time it's just a bunch of posers acting that talking the talk but not walking the walk, then you get people fucking arrested for sacrificing people and making instructional videos on how to sacrifice people.
Yeah, but like I said, I was shocked, but also kind of awed. And then when I actually started talking to people, I understood more of what Satanism was. But I also was kind of like, even when I was 12, I was like, Christian's kind of repressive. That's kind of cool. But yeah, at the same time, I was like, you mean you guys worship evil or whatever? That's like messed up, man. Then someone was like, someone basically taught me, you've got a lot to learn, and I did, obviously, because I was 12. But yeah, I think it's the inner 12-year-old in me that still is like, you mean your like left-hand path?
See, one of the
Cool.
things I always loved to reflect on that I was told by Satanists was, look at Good's track record, all the fucking genocides and fucking war and fucking slavery and shit done in the name of good. Why be good when you could be evil?
True. Plus, evil has the best music.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, good has like some power pop, but come on, evil has Deicide and all those good bands. I want to see hear satanic power pop. I love Satan.
Satan!
Like sugary sweet.
What's your favorite Bathory album?
First one by far. I mean, I like the next two, and everything. The Viking thing, I have to be in a certain mood for. But I love the first. I like how on one of the albums he redid a song from his acoustic or from a solo album, but just changed it to make it a little more dark and added some new lyrics. But I was like, I recognize that melody. That's a song from his solo album. But I don't really hate any Bathory album, but I have to be in the mood for the really expansive Viking ones. But the first album is my ode to Satan that I listen to and while I rape babies. I guess part of the reason why
Me
he
too.
changed like to a Viking is because Viking sound is because he would get letters of people like one guy ripped the wings off a butterfly while listening to Bathory or whatever, and he was like, "This isn't what I want." So I guess he didn't want to be Mr. Evil guy, so he changed his music to Viking. Okay, that's what he said. I'm pretty sure it was actually more of an artistic growth. But he was kind of shocked that people would like kill things while listening to Bathory or whatever. And I'm just like, well, it's evil music. What do you expect?
Evil.
I mean, I don't know if that's true or if that's just what he said in his little book thing, but never finished book. But it's whatever. He did what he did, and I love that first album. I also have the kind of demo-y stuff that he did before the first album, and the drummer for that early demo stuff went on to become a successful music video producer. I believe he did the music video for Telephone by Lady Gaga, and he played drums for Bathory. What the fuck?
See, this is what I fucking hate about fucking looking at these feeds late night. People keep posting retarded shit.
What do you think about Celtic Frost?
I like Hellhammer better. Celtic Frost, everything up to make a theory on. Past that, they got too pretentious, and then they got too glam, and then they got too pretentious again.
What about
Besides,
What about Panopticon?
what?
What about the Panopticon? I don't know.
You mean Triptychon?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, nah, doesn't do it for me. Tom Warrior's best days were when he couldn't play. As soon as he learned how to play, uh, I don't like him as a person. I call him Tosser Wanker as a person because I think he's a spineless dwarf. So I'd like to break his face. I want to break Tom G. Warrior's face. Hi, Tom. I know you're listening.
What about Waiton?
Who?
Huh?
Who?
The band Waitin.
Oh, yeah, they're good, I guess. I don't know. I guess the guy's into Satanism, which is cool, and yeah, they're good. I don't really. I listen to them every now and then. I like Gorgoroth. I like Dark Funeral. But yeah, Hellhammer is much better than Celtic Frost. Get the Hellhammer. Get the get the demos and get the EP. They can't play, but you don't care because it is magical satanic music that will make you want to sacrifice goats to sweet Satan.
Why sacrifice goats? Goats are noble creatures. You should be sacrificing people.
I want a pet goat. I really actually want a pet goat, and I'll have them on all my album covers, and it'd be kind of evil. And I try to do the satanic because I have a Chihuahua, so I try to do the satanic Chihuahua thing, but he's too fat to be satanic. He's retarded too. But yeah, goat. I want a goat. Someone go give me a pet goat.
Goat blowjob.
Don't let the goat go. Better hold on tight. Don't let the goat go. 'Cause she'll buck and she'll fly. Just let your load go.
Don't let the goat.
Don't let the goat go.
Don't let the
Why the
goat go,
fuck
'cause
are
I'll
so
rape
many
you.
posting shit that Jurassic World is now the third highest grossing movie of all time? I don't give a shit.
I didn't watch it. My family went to go see it twice. I didn't watch it. I read the book, but
It's
I read
it's
the
pretty
Jurassic Park
it's
book.
pretty decent.
They still don't have feathered raptors though.
Yeah,
Pisses me off.
but it kind of makes sense because, like, I mean, I don't know, something just kind of makes sense why there's not feathers to me, but I don't really know what it is.
But they had feathers. That's the thing. They're
I know.
pretty damn sure they had feathers. And yet,
Because like, what if they didn't have like all the materials to like create the full thing?
they say they did. Actually, technically, they're talking about creating in frog DNA. Bird DNA would actually be better because dinosaurs are more related to birds than anything else.
Yeah.
But of course, but yeah, put feathers on the raptors, people. It's not that hard. Feather
You
your raptor.
haven't truly done Disney unless you've experienced these 20 things. Who gives a flying fuck unless 2 of those things are taking a shit on people and setting things on fire?
They put the feathers on the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park 3, but that movie sucked, so
I need a book to read. I am just been so bored lately. Someone give me a good book to read. I'll read it no matter what the fuck it is.
The Damnation Game by Clive Barker.
Right, okay, I keep forgetting that. Yeah, okay. I'll find a version of it for free online.
Read everything except for the very last chapter. If things were to end at the next to last chapter, it would have been fine. The very last chapter is just complete bullshit with spiders. As if spiders are scary,
Oh, I hate spiders, technically. Too many legs. But I don't think they're scary. I just really don't want one coming at me.
Yeah, just everything up until that point is just like, this is complete fucking awesome work. And like, it feels like it's tacked on as if like the fucking editors fucking said, well, you have to have spiders in it or else we're not going to publish it. Well, I mean, that's the way that entire last chapter feels. It was just tacked on to appease the fucking editors.
And even if spiders are scary, that's been done so many times. Giant spiders.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, spiders freak me out, but only in real life. Like I could read about spiders, but if one came at me in real life, I'd be smashing that thing to bits.
Yeah, there was like absolutely no mention of giant spiders or anywhere throughout the book. It's just that last chapter that they appear, and it's gone. Because
And
it's
it's
the last
gone.
chapter.
No, what were you saying?
And it's gone.
And it's gone. Bye bye, spiders.
So
Spiders.
yeah, I'm gonna ruin that last chapter because it's complete bullshit. But everything else, I'm not gonna ruin because everything up to the next last chapter is like fucking gold.
I'll probably
Yeah.
read the last chapter just to be.
Yeah,
To be
that way you know what the hell it is, and
Yep.
that way you get your own opinion. But
Yep.
like
Exactly.
I said,
Well,
it's
yeah, but giant spiders are pretty lame anyway. So.
yeah. It's
I
like,
mean,
why are you ending
All
on
right.
this
All right.
note after what you did that chapter previous? That was fucking awesome the way that ended.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna leave right now. So, and Elliot, I hope you rape that whale.
well, play Inner Sandman for me one more time.
Okay, I will.
What time is it anyway?
It's 3 a.m.
It's 12 a.m. Hello, happy Thursday.
Random bullshit. Yay.
I'm gonna get Eric back in here.
Okay.
Is
Okay.
that like
I'm gonna play Inner Sandman for you.
not right now because we need to. We can't play live music here. Let's see.
And your fucking screen reader still praises Satan.
Shh, you're not supposed to know that. Oh god damn it! What the?
All right, dude. We need
I
to
just
plan
lost
out.
Facebook.
We need to plan out how we're gonna film Elliot raping that whale on PTR.
Exactly. We gotta get the underwater cameras, the scuba gear, all that shit. Unless you want to beach it and have it die in the process.
Shit. I was just about to ask Eric and back on here, and I lost Facebook, and I can't. Google Chrome's giving me a hard time. I have to re-download it every time I want to access it
Okay, guys. See ya.
because it's saying
Have fun.
googlechrome.exe not register, and I don't know what that means.
Well, this seems like a good time to fucking call it a night for myself, too.
Yep, I'm gonna
Like
end
you
it.
said, it's 3 a.m. here.
All right,
So, have fun.
been great talking to you.
Been fun.
You're all right, and now that I'm alone, I will say this has been Political Trendy Radio episode 9 for July 22nd, 2015. We finally got it done. Took 3 times, but we finally got it done. I have been, well, let me just fucking get to the fucking shit. Email is ellindamood at gmail.com. ellindamood@gmail.com. Twitter is at PTRadio666. Of course, PTR is capitalized because it is. Facebook.com is you just look at Political Trendy. I have been Elliott, or for James Thompson, for Noah White, for again Arnie, whatever his name is, for Eric Chavez. I have been Elliott Lindemood. Screen reader provided by NVDA. This broadcast brought to you by Google Chrome. Thank you for listening.